I'm back and I'm muted. Ah man, today's been wonderful in terms of things working. Just everything's working. I can't see GU. Oh boy, what a day! What a day, chat. Why can't I see GU? Oh, there we go. All right, that looks more normal. Okay, but we back. All right, so I'm going to be doing some GU today. Going to be doing with Bear. It might be a little bit earlier than Bear is normally, but hopefully he should be able to hop on soon. But we are going to probably just do some hunts while we all warm up and people pop on by. But if you do want to jump into a lobby to do some endgame content, do let me know, and I'll be happy to join you guys. What's the hardest monster in Monster Hunter? I want to use my channel points. Oh no, broken. You can't be asking me that. Okay, all right, hang on. In multiplayer, there is hard monsters. In single player, there are hard monsters, but they're definitely not as hard as the multiplayer. The hard ones are probably Gold and Silver Wrath. Are probably the hardest ones I have access to right now, so. I probably won't do a multiplayer one because that'll just take me an eternity. Those fights, when they scale, because of how scaling works, it takes forever. I'm also going to try and fix my mouth because like it's like one of those days where it's like it's just not working. Alright, let's try and fix something. There we go. Is that a bit better? There we go. My mouth is working again. Nice. Nice, chat. Alright. Sip of water. It's actually a sip of fruit smoothie today. Al! Welcome on in. Also, Al, you missed... we played Left 4 Dead. We were trying to figure out if we're going to... we're deciding whether or not we're going to play Back 4 Blood, or not Back 4 Blood, Dead by Daylight or Left 4 Dead, but we did Left 4 Dead. The golden blah blah black thing. Gold Wrath. Oh, I'm finding Gold Wrath rather than Gold Rathian, Rathalos. All right, I'll do that. But I need to do this anyway, so this is fine. All right, let's get some foods. Let's get some cat food into us. Some cat cheesy meals. Cheesy cat meal. We want attack and fire resistance. And we probably want booster. Perfect meal. I'm too busy playing Hades. Wait, have you only just started Hades, Al, or have you been playing for a while? Also, I should probably remove that code off screen. So tasty. Alright. Man, I love me some MonHun. It's one of those things where it's like, you just come back and I'm just like, yeah, this is where I need to be. Let's take some items out. Sort, I need some flashes. Finding Wrath. Oh man, you can only carry 10 flashes in this game. I forgot about that. All right, here we go. I just started Tuesday. Man, you're in for an experience, Al. It's very, very good. Game of the year last year. You're carrying me? I don't know about that. I don't remember being carried. Wait, oh, we're here in Misty Peaks. Okay, cool. And whenever that sound goes off, it's always bad because it's like no one wants the ancient shards. They're terrible. Turn up the game slightly. All right, let's roll. I don't actually know where Gold and Silver Wrath is in this map. Probably just where Wrath is. When I one-shotted all the witches, that's true. Medic, you still need to let me in on the secret. How did you do that? How are you able to one-shot? How are you able to one-shot witches? That's crazy to me. Cheers. I mean, apparently Joshy's cousin voices Thanatos. Wait, really? That's crazy. That's super cool. This is a very big gold wrath. I have to readjust. It's been a little while since I've played MonHun, so. Nice. Okay. We good. Ah, bad flash. Dude, she's so big that she walks and then she's all the way across the room. Alright, one ring down. Oh shit, she's so big that curves around. What's she doing? She's just chain fireballing a wall. That's not gonna help you. That, however, will. Oh, shit. So what happened there is because we were in... Okay, so we're in a really small room, so her fireball hit the wall, but it put it on top of me. I dodged the first one, which gives me immunity. The second one went off, and then it killed me. So that kind of blows. That was my bad, just from bad positioning. I guess I have all 6 of the main characters dragons from 5Ds. Oh, really? Man, it's crazy to me that you have so much. Oh, hey Bear, how you doing, man?
Good. I'm here.
You made it in time. Is it actually earlier for you?
I did start a little bit earlier. I mean, actually, 9 o'clock is like, I don't know, I try to start by 9, I just usually don't.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure, because it's like, I know I'm on daylight savings, I was like, I'm fairly sure that's like an hour early for Bear now. But yes, if you guys aren't already, we are going to do a multi today, so there will be a multi up to watch us both. And yeah, we'll probably put up a lobby soon.
Dominus, how are you? Yeah, let's do it. I'm ready. It's been a while.
Yeah, I know. It feels like ages, honestly. So when am I going to be able to drag you into Yu-Gi-Oh?
My work schedule changed, so now I close Fridays and Saturdays.
Oh, really? Oops, I don't know why.
It made it very hard to do streams over the weekend.
Oh, really? That it's one of those stages that's like needing to, maybe it might be one of those weird work enforced breaks.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I didn't stream last night because of that poll.
Oof. Oh yeah, because you guys are now going into winter. Oh, not winter, autumn? Autumn. Spring here, so it's getting nice.
And we finally got rain today too. Finally got rain.
Oh, man, this Gold Wrath has been a bit of a pain. I really don't want her in this room. I'm so over fighting here. What if there are more voices in my head that aren't just the stream? That might be something else, Medic.
You have to wake up early tomorrow in Dominus before.
Indominus, when are we going to drag Bear into Yu-Gi-Oh? It's like no. I was totally thinking about Master Duel when it comes out. I'm like, I'm totally going to stream that, and then I'm going to just drag as many streamer friends into Yu-Gi-Oh and be like, I'm going to teach you how to play.
So what's going to be different about Master Duel?
Not really much. I mean, it's mostly just like it's proper Yu-Gi-Oh. It's just the fact that it looks like a better version of Legacy of the Duelist. I'm just worried the fact that there is going to be microtransactions related to it, but there's also going to be like a currency involved of like essentially.
Are you not online right now?
No, I'm not. I'm in my own lobby right now. I'm not in a lobby right now. So yeah, you can start one if you want. Oh my gosh, I'm just... Master Duel looks so good. I know, Al, it looks fantastic. He's stuck in the asylum forever. Past this and that. Damn cow. Yeah, that'll happen. I mean, that's how roguelike be. Alright, this fireball won't kill me this time compared to what happened last time.
You're fighting gold?
Yeah. Yeah, someone used points, so now we're fighting Gold Rathian. I kind of needed to fight her anyway, so it's fine.
You have to work out something, right? What kind of work are you doing?
Ow! I've gotten hit by that tail so many times. Oh no. Both my cats are down currently, so it's just me. It's her walking devastating right now. And her tail's really up in the air. Those witches were easy. I legit have no idea. Anyone a really big message to spam? Wait, what? Thanks to Medic for carrying us. That level was just very funny because it's like there was so many witches. Instead of avoiding, we're just blowing them up. Oh man, I wanted to go in the air.
Have you been playing Left 4 Dead?
Yeah, we did Left 4 Dead today. I'm just playing like a series of games during the Halloween period, and it's like letting chat kind of decide what we're gonna do. No problem, Al. I will.
Indominus, have you been enjoying stories too also?
Dominus and Superwoman really into the stories still. They've been doing Fatalis.
Superwoman's been trying to get me to play, and I'm down. Like I said, I just haven't been streaming the last 2 days.
Annoying thing about
Stream it again. The thing is, I'm not ready for Fatalis. I don't have like a monster ready to go against Fatalis, or a team ready.
Yeah, I think that fight sounds like it's pretty tough. So.
Because I mean, the thing is, like, I was getting bullied by Molten, so it's like if I don't have a team ready for Molten, I definitely don't have a team ready for Fatalis. So I'm actually gonna need to like plan,
Oh my gosh.
like, armor and weapons and stuff like that, which is fun. They'll give me something to do.
This fight is very, very torturous as a great sword solo. Oh, I just got armored down. Good. I needed that. Thanks, small bugs.
Maybe I'll go do a hunt while I'm waiting as a warm-up.
Maybe. It's not a bad idea.
I'll just do like a high rank.
Oh, there we go. But I'm not in a great place.
Yeah, not that. I'll do that one. I have more questions.
Whoa, what? Hang on, why did I heal? I really didn't want to do that.
This won't work.
Oh, shit.
Alright, let's see if I remember how to play.
Oh, I'm gonna die. Some bad autocorrects today. I should have ran out of the area.
Oh, what's up, Bandit? How are you? Oh, also, we do have the multi-up. You guys are gonna just try constant Aptonoth's kinship span? The only problem is, the thing about that Indominus is I love playing with Popo, but it's like, it's super fun, and I like having her on my team, but it's like...
It's a big slowdown.
Yeah, you're getting a knockdown, and you can deal damage during a knockdown, but it's like the amount of setup that it takes is like you're just losing out.
Well, a good
Damage
example
that
is
you can be dealing consistently every turn with a stronger monster.
yeah, like a good example is when we did Call of Troth. Like we did the Call of Troth setup, and I was going for like as much damage as possible, but it was still ended up having my faster runs were just no popo, just.
Well, and then when we did it again, and I didn't use it.
Yeah.
I mean, and I get the kinship spam in order to interrupt like AoEs and get knockdowns, but then you're essentially just relying on your hunter to do damage.
Also, welcome in Storm, and welcome back Broken. Not a command. Unlurk. I should have an unlurk. That's not a bad idea.
You bench Sauna. You would have had to bench Sauna anyways, because unfortunately, Volcana is weak to fire.
We'll try to remember my glasses this time. Wait, what do you mean? Yeah. Were you playing without your glasses? Thank you for the water medic. Hang on. I have to find where gold's gone.
Thank you for playing Left 4
Like, I don't even
Dead
think
2
any of
with
my
Medic and
monsters
Dark.
will cut it in Dominus.
Sorry, I was just drinking medic.
Like a
Thank you for the bits, and thank you for playing with me.
Because
Because that's the thing, playing a game like that, it's impossible
Buddha,
to
how are
really,
you?
you can't really play that by yourself, and I don't want to play it with randos, so it's good to have people to play with. Where the heck did gold go? I wear my glasses 100% of the time, medic. Not medic kit. I can't not have my glasses on. I cannot see without them. This map's so pretty.
I was hoping this would be an arena.
There she is.
You see me playing GU? Yes, that is what we are playing.
Only weirdos play GU though.
We are finally able to snag Daimono
It's me. I'm back somehow.
after playing schedule tag.
Yeah. That's what should have happened before, where the first time I died. Fuck, this gold is really just not playing ball.
How are you doing tonight, Buddha?
Oh my god, this thing's got to stop kicking me. I hate wearing my glasses. I never wear them unless I absolutely have to.
This is supposed to be the...
Yeah, my gold wrath is massive.
Is it really? That sounds horrifying.
Yeah, it's really hard. Her tail swoop is like everywhere, and then she's just keeps poisoning me. Right, that was gonna happen. Oh, that's another bad flash. Oh no, I got her. Oh, she's what? How is she back on the ground? What is this bullshit? All right, whatever.
Buddha, you want to join for a bit? Yeah, man, we can help you with that. I don't think they have none of the line.
Nah, I'm not. I've got
Probably
nothing I'm
try
really
and-
doing other than John Cena today. Oh, Katsuki, thank you for the follow. Welcome on
Well,
in.
if you need to do some double jump, maybe
Oh,
it'd be good to like cut it in with some other hunts.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm. That's the part about Monster Hunter that I'm pretty bad at, where I don't like grinding the same monster over and over and over. It just drives me a little nutty. I kind of have to eat that.
But yeah, Buddha, actually,
Hyper DJ, it's Hyper DJ, yeah. I'd have to fight him.
easy. We were totally
Oh, you're
hyper last time.
kidding me. Yeah, but that's because we brought gunners, and that makes a pretty big difference.
But we have one gunner.
This lass needs to
Buddha, as
just
soon as I finish
chill
this,
out.
I'll update my session command. Also,
There it
what's up,
is.
Superwoman? How are you?
Let me. There it is. Alright. I have no idea how much health she has left either. Ah, dang it. Try farming it 200 times, then 100 times more. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm talking about, where, like, me and Bear are definitely the type of people where I probably should have brought traps. That would have been smart of me. We're not the type that, like, will fight the same monster forever. We kind of like to keep it a bit fresh. Alright, well, I know where she's going, so... Mine are LED glasses, so you help me not get migraines and stuff. Yeah, see, I'm funny. I'm the opposite. I sit and watch my computer so much that when I'm not at a computer, that's when it's like if I'm staring too much at the sun, then I can get a headache. You don't need a good John Cena set. You just need the good charm. Oh, God. I know, Kazuki. I know. I'm running an okay charm. I just hate charm grinding as well. That's the problem. Oh, she's awake.
Deviant Den is so much fun, Superwoman. That's just the all Deviant one, right? Oh, thank you for that.
There we go. That was a rough one. I could have done that a lot cleaner. It was actually a good warm-up because I made some mistakes in it. Yeah, and that Bracky isn't even fun unless you trap spam. 100%. Yeah, that Bracky fight is just...
Have you done Fatalis yet? I think you haven't, right? You've probably been working on just the other stuff that you haven't done yet.
Yeah, no, there's lots of stuff I haven't done in stories now. It's gone on the back burner because there's so much that's coming out. I haven't even picked up Metroid or oh, man, there's 3 games that I was like, I'm gonna play this on stream, which is Metroid, No More Heroes 3, and oh, I'm having a mental blank. The World Ends With You.
Yeah, that's right. I still want to play the original on like an emulator.
I was planning to do both on stream for people because the first one's very, very fun. You guys ready for Sunbreak? Yeah. We've been well, me and Bear are pretty burned out on Rise. Not a lot to do. So we ended up coming back to GU.
I've been doing it like occasionally just for fun, but you need to get back into Rise. No rush.
Yeah, there really is no rush. I'm curious so I kind of know what like, so we know that we're gonna have another collab for Capcom, and then we're gonna have the Sonic one. There is 2 rumored ones that I think might actually be legitimate. So I'm curious if those will actually happen. And if so, that seems to be the only new content that might be coming down the pipework for Rise, and if so, that's a little scary, because really nothing until Sunbreak.
Welcome to this side of things. I heard Dad talking to you.
Alright, let's set up a lobby.
The Sonic.
Spoiler alert.
The Sonic collab is just gonna be a hideous full body layered armor.
God, I think we talked about this last time actually.
Just like Ghosts and Ghouls, just like Street Fighter.
Alright, let's create a hub.
You want stylish layered armor that you can actually use in fashion? You want cool new layered weapons? No, you get full ass layered characters. That's all we're giving you.
I think we talked about this last time actually, where it was like, if we got the one that's like the full body suit, like the PJs, like that kid from that like British short film, I would love that. That'd be very funny to me. But I'm going to assume it has to be Palico clothes. Surely.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Don't hit on Street Fighter. No hit on Street Fighter. I actually think that the
Akuma looks really good.
The Akuma layered is probably like the best. One of the best collabs we've gotten.
However, if we want to talk about the world ones.
Yeah. The Akuma one's really good. With just all the attention to detail. My only gripe is that the Sword and Shield layer is tied to the Akuma costume and not a separate thing that they could have done. Because they could have just made it like anything. They could have made it like wristbands or just wristbands or something like that. And that could have been the Sword and Shield. And then you could use the cool effects separate from the character. So I'm kind of sad that we don't have that, but it's still very good.
All right. If you would like to join the lobby, I have put it up there, so you can join.
You or are you joining me?
Oh, did you already have a lobby up? Oh, I just put one up. Sorry.
Oh, I'll just join on you. Also, Dai, thank you for the resub.
That's how I'll do it from now on. I'll just that's how the only way to get in my lobby is if I give you a sub message.
Oh, what's up, Miyabi? You changed your name. I didn't recognize it all.
Oh shit, Miyabi. It's funny when people do that because it's like it's one of those funny things where people don't don't let us know sometimes and they're like, guess who? And I'm like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
You guys are in text.
You have no way of knowing.
Hey Zeus, welcome on in.
Buddha, I'm gonna join on Daimono and then I'll display it on screen.
Alright.
A long sword from a comic guy. I think anime collabs would be really cool, actually. I'd like that, even if I'm not super familiar with the anime.
Well, that's the funny thing. If like you go to in this game, like all the ones you can do for your like your card and stuff. Like if I go to my hunter card, guild card, edit. Now I don't change mine. Mine's been the same forever. But I
Buddha,
change.
I posted it in chat and it's displayed on screen as well. But what were you saying?
There's so many weird anime guild cards in this. So like, there's a Famitsu one, Monclo for Uniqlo. I think the Uniqlo stuff's always good. Denki X, Jump X. There's a Jump one. Fairy Tail, Ushio Tora, Rose, Yowaramushi Pedal, Danboard, Ace Attorney. Some more Famitsu. There's another Jump one. Denki. Baki. There's 3 Baki ones, and the Baki ones are terrifying because that art is just intense as fuck.
Baki's art style is like intentionally grotesque.
It uncomfortable. That art style is very uncomfortable to me. I think that's all of them, but yeah, there's some weird one. Oh no, there's some more Baki. So there's some over here.
Buddha, the password
Case
should
closed.
be 6969.
Salaryman Danger. Drifters, fuck yeah. If you've never watched Drifters or read Drifters, everyone, definitely go do so. It's made by the author who did did Helsing.
What's it about?
So it's interesting because essentially it's a world about the afterlife. And essentially it's a world where in the afterlife, if you are like great heroes or a great person, they can be essentially picked up at like a sort of there's like an office setting essentially, and they get brought into this world, and then essentially you have people across like history that are like interacting with each other in a weird way. And one of the weirdest parts about it is, and it doesn't come up in the anime, I think they gloss on it slightly, like there's 2 factions. There's the bad faction and the good faction. The bad faction work with literal monsters like dragons and things like that, and goblins and things. And then the good people can be assortment. So like you have people like notable historic war figures and stuff like that. But the weird thing is the leader of the entire good faction is Hitler, and the leader of the bad faction seems to be Jesus.
I mean, that makes sense.
It's really bizarre. And so the main characters are, there's two Japanese characters, essentially. One that I'd never heard of, and then another one is forgotten his name. How can I have forgotten his name?
Yeah, I will help you kill any crabs you need help with.
I heard Ace Attorney. Yeah, there is an Ace Attorney one in this. If you haven't seen it, Taxi. Okay.
In fact,
Welcome back, Kit.
I have a particularly good
Where is Ace?
crushing set.
Ace Attorney.
Crack some shells.
Oh, that actually looks good with mine because I'm pointing and then Phoenix is pointing in the background. Dampy! How have you been? Yeah, it has been a while. How's life? I came back and heard Hitler good and Jesus bad. So we're talking about Drifters. Drifters is very good. I really,
Did you say
like
Hitler was good and Jesus was bad? I thought you said
No, Hitler's on essentially the human side and Jesus is on the monsters side. Which
is that where all those like Is that where I see all those images of like? Because
All those Hitler images you're seeing.
those like anime Hitler images where he's all like, I don't know, it's so weird.
No. So there is a equivalent of a Hitler-looking guy in Full Metal Alchemist, which a lot of people do, I think, post a lot. He's in heaps of different things. I mean, fucking Trump is in a shit ton of stuff, and so is Obama. Like, Obama is a main character in Air Gear. I don't know if was that in the anime. I don't think the anime ever got to it, but essentially in the manga, one of the main character girls has a body swap moment with President Obama. So then she, like, Obama's just in the series for a while.
Pretty great.
Shit.
Oh, Superwoman, you're gonna be playing the Animal Crossing DLC, so it's why you've been asking a lot of Discords for Den Buddies. The thing is, Superwoman, I'll play stories too when I'm able to.
Fetus the fetus.
Like,
Oh my
I'm
god.
happy to like farm monsters and stuff, but in terms of running like
I forgot to eat.
Fatalis, if that's what you're trying to do, like I'm nowhere near ready for Fatalis. Like I have to like prep a team. I think most people have to prep a team if they haven't already.
Alright, what are we fighting? I don't even know what we're fighting.
Shogun.
Shogun, maybe that may. But yeah,
I mean, if you're just trying to farm egg Superwoman, then we can do that for sure. But it's also a matter of like juggling it with all the other games.
I think that there's a lot of crazy storylines in anime than manga that, like, I feel like people would not know exist, and a whole heap of it doesn't get animated. Some of it gets skipped and stuff as well.
What's up, Zeus? You got your ass beat in the Deviant Den? Some of those Deviants are kind of nasty. Like some of them...
George W. Bush made a Japanese word when he puked on the Japanese Prime Minister.
Gross.
The word translates to
Like,
doing a
Saucier's
bush.
kinda gross.
For real? Is that real, Kit? Oh my god, you have to link me a source to that. That's amazing.
The new Tigrex is very rude. Yeah, Molten's actually...
Wait, chat, which is George W. Bush? Is that the younger one or is that the older one?
I think we did a den with him as a boss, and I lost. But I still got his egg out of there, so I had him.
Oh, this poor crab.
Monty, 14 months? Holy cow.
Monty. Thank you, Monty, for subscribing for 14 months to Bear's channel.
14 months of not having your priorities straight.
Those numbers sometimes just are bonkers to me.
I mean, my like perception of time is all
Oh, I know.
So
I think
I'm like, I've been streaming for... I mean, I've been streaming way longer than 14 months is the thing, because Monty wasn't there right at the beginning.
that's the funny thing with like COVID. I think is like made it a bit weird, where it's a lot of people I think would normally have burnout from streaming, and they probably haven't because of the fact that because of COVID in a sense.
Yeah.
Wow,
so
wow,
just,
water?
Like, how fast time has gone in the last, 2 years. I don't like to think about it. Be like, oh, it's already November of 21.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because we were going to have like birthdays and celebrations with friends this year, like some big sort of events. And it's funny because all of them got put such in the back burner that it's like that, and they're now going to be like pretty much everyone is going to be celebrating everything at the end of the year because everything's starting to open up. Everyone is able to actually do it, and it's just going to be like a month of celebrations.
Who are you missing, Superman? There's Molten, there's Dread King, Rathalos. Oh, I'm actually taking damage.
I missed.
We'll probably push to sure.
Bush is the W. Bush
with me
is
when
the
I called
younger.
them out for delivering to a house down the street.
HW
Listen,
Bush.
it's an easy mistake.
I like that Taxi was the only one that like actually told me about that, because essentially she's the
You literally.
I think she's the only Australian in chat right now.
And you know that address.
Come on, Americans, lift your game. You DM'd? I'll have to check it out later, Kit. Thank you.
I mean, if it was like an apartment complex, that's one thing, Monty. But like, if it's just a straight up house.
I was watching Doctor Who a little while back, and there was the episode where it's like this, like the lodger, not the lodger, the essentially it's a house that's got bugs in it and makes the wood come alive and stuff. And it was a shared house between like 8 uni students or something. And then it just made me think of you, Bear, because it's just the idea of renting a location and like having like a house of just a heap of like people together, like adults together. It just seems so foreign to me, even though I lived on res, which is funny.
Well, where the area where I live, it's literally like the only affordable way to live, dude.
Jeez. I feel like Australia is going to become like that, honestly. Like, yeah, housing right now is so balked.
If I wanted a place by myself, even if it was an apartment, I'd be paying probably slightly over double.
Gee.
Yeah.
Weak link if you go to the math and scroll up.
Which isn't true for America.
I'll have to take a look
but
at
it's
it.
definitely true for.
I think most call him just Bush Senior to avoid. That's what that's what my brain goes to. I thought it was most people just go Bush
Unless
Junior, Bush
like,
Senior, because otherwise I would have no idea.
California.
Where I live at rent, it's $475 for rent. That's hard to gauge though for an amount, Kit, because it's relative to where you live and how much you earn. So,
he's a pretty good like fire blast monster in Superwoman. I don't
know if I need insurance.
I don't know. We have so many fire blast monsters and stories.
Yeah, no
like,
problem, Steppy.
Just use whatever.
Good to see you again.
I don't know which ones are technically better or not. I'd say I'd probably still just use Hellblade because I feel like Hellblade's the best.
Hellblade is like probably the monster of the deviants. Like everyone goes for.
Yeah, he's so strong. So strong.
I wouldn't mind using his sword. That's the problem with this this game with having the Neb Tatar, because it's so good on everyone, and then like it's so hard for me to unroot myself from using this weapon.
Let's just find you a stylish deviant weapon to use. Like
I have to.
Mine. Look at this. Look at this big balloon.
Gemstone. Look at this man. You just look like you live in opulence. You look like you're wearing a prince garb and then having like a gemmed up weapon.
I want to update my fashion. I was thinking about dedicating a stream just to update my GU fashion.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Because I remember I wanted to switch over that there was someone who jumped in my lobby and they had this really cool edgy look, and I'm like, shit, I need that. and now I'm just like, every time I jump on, I'm like, oh, I could do better.
I mean, I like this, but I think it's time for.
Tell Bear I don't pay sales tax. apparently, Kid doesn't pay sales tax.
Who doesn't?
Kit doesn't.
Where does Kit live?
Montana?
Oh, that makes sense.
Does it? I don't know what that doesn't translate to be.
It's a state-by-state thing.
Wait, why? But that's so strange to me. I suppose, because that's the weird thing about America in a way, is like you have a lot more like, because your states are just a bit bigger. No, yeah, that's not necessarily true, because ours are very independent as well.
Honestly, I want to go back to Oregon.
Alright.
I don't know how much it's changed since I lived there. Also, what's up, Lone?
I'm totally happy for Buddha to just keep picking quests, by the way.
Yeah, Buddha, throw him up. And then just shake the rust off, shake the dust off.
It only takes like a week or two.
Get the must off.
The mustard? Those mustard stains?
You know, Superwoman. Hot take. You could just not do Animal Crossing DLC. Or you could, but you could still do stories too, also.
Oh, they're both good.
You could do both.
Could do both.
Could do both.
Why not do both?
When people talk about Animal Crossing,
Only true states don't pay sales tax. Oh, really? Interesting. I didn't realize that.
Because I didn't play very long.
Most parts of
I played
Alaska.
for, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 months. It makes me miss playing it, but then I realize I actually do not have time for that game. Like, I liked it. Like, I didn't stop playing it because I didn't like it, but it's like, I have so many games.
Yeah,
So many games I'm playing.
that
Even
DLC
off-stream.
drop for AC scared me. Because I don't know if you remember how much AC I used to do, Bear. But,
Yeah.
like, fuck, that consumed a large portion of my life last year. And now it's like, oh no, I might have to go back. And I'm like, I was looking at Kingdom Hearts. I was watching Kingdom Hearts stuff yesterday, and I was like, shit, I still haven't played 3, and there's DLC for that as well.
Yeah. Well, it's like I'm playing Final Fantasy. I'm casually playing Warframe, and casually playing Destiny 2, and the games that I play on stream, like Monster Hunter. I picked up Back 4 Blood. I've been playing Back 4 Blood. It's like, I don't have time. I don't have time for Animal Crossing and an MMO.
Yeah. Yeah, I think MMOs, it's like I'm kind of glad they're out of my system. My way of playing them now is very much playing them like a normal game experience and then just picking them up every now and then. But like with 14's new expansion dropping, I will lose a lot of time. When expansions first drop, that's like a good couple of months of just playing that.
Yeah.
But having after that, where it's just patch drops, you usually can get that done within like 2 weeks or so. But like, God, it's knowing that there's an MMO expansion around the corner as well.
Buddha, post up. You're fine, man. We'll get around to doing double shows.
Yeah. We kind of need a 4th for a DJ anyway.
But I'm telling myself I'm gonna get through all the main story and get caught up for Endwalker.
No way. You have to dedicate to just playing that from now on.
Earlier today, I thought I'd finished. Not only did I think I'd finished Heaven's Word, I thought that I'd finished like all the epilogue stuff for it too. Just earlier today, I had the credits roll for Heaven's Word.
Oh, nice.
I started Stormblood.
Okay, so now you got Stormblood. So you got 2 expansions to go in the span of like a couple of weeks.
4 expansions left to go.
God.
Like, oh god.
Yeah, Stormblood's pretty long too. They're both pretty long.
That's the thing. They're so long because it's like, and most people who played them at the time had years to get through the story.
Yep.
It's like I got like 2 months.
God.
So, I mean, and I love the story. Like,
Yeah, that's the hard part.
Invested in the story, but
That's the thing I would say to a lot of people. And it's kind of weird to me, the people that bought into 14 and then just use the skip up to endgame, because like skipping all that story to me is a crime, because I think 14 is still one of the best RPG stories in a very long time. And the fact that its world building continues, it is my favorite MMO. Like, it's
I genuinely enjoy
so
I
good.
genuinely enjoy the story. Sometimes I forget who the characters are, but for the most part.
Don't worry, it'll cement. They also like to pull that curveball where it's like the story will bring up something, and then you'll be like someone comes in the story and they talk about something, and you're like, oh cool, and then you're like, who's that? Who are you again? And then they talk a bit, and you're like, I think I vaguely remember this character, and then like, everyone and your character's like, oh yeah, I completely know exactly what's going on. And you're like, I don't. Because they live that world, I guess. It's meant to be how it is.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Superwoman, I haven't had a desire to play stories 2 off stream.
Same.
And when I do decide to stream it, obviously, like, we'd love to have you join us for it. But I have like,
Speed
other
limits were a
games
new
that
thing.
I'm
I think
trying to
when I was
stream
younger,
also,
we
and
had
then other
speed
games
limit
that I
changes
play
as
off
well.
stream.
Honestly, I pay so little to
That's really
governmental
runs with you
stuff
when
anyway.
you're
Like,
playing it.
and I have a memory of a goldfish, so I don't remember when anything happened. Actually, I was just thinking about, like, Kip brought up about driving. Do you know what's a funny thing in AU? Hoons, or car people in Australia, is a very funny concept to me, because we have some pretty heavy laws around driving, and like speed limits, what kind of engines you can have, all this sort of stuff like that. But we have a lot of outstretched backcountry roads and things. There's a lot of, it's just, you can go anywhere and you can drive essentially. But it's, so we do have a bit of a hoon problem, but it's just funny to me the amount of people that just drive around the city and you know that they're like got a V6 in their car and you're like, don't know how you got this because it's illegal. 2, how you haven't been pulled over for already for just driving.
Well, here in America, people do whatever they want with their cars and almost never get pulled over.
It's crazy. Well, I was like I was saying.
Like I have people like drag racing down the street outside my house all the time. Like I live in an area with a lot of like really awful drivers.
You know, that's a funny thing that you've just said because it makes me think about how like the weird like competitive like state by state or even like city by city like where's good drivers, where's bad drivers. Everyone considers everyone bad drivers. But then there's that weird town pride where it's like, oh, the drivers in our area are so much better than drivers in other area. Sydney versus Melbourne happens all the time.
Where I live now are the worst drivers I've ever experienced in my life.
Really?
But to be fair, I haven't lived in like other large cities.
It's only been a week? Wow.
I know
Time flies, kid.
I'm sure they're just as bad in other large cities, but like I hate the drivers here so much.
Yeah. I'm funny because it's like I live in an area like there's a lot of roundabouts. And I'm not a roundabout fan, I'm gonna be honest. And a lot of people just come zooming through and I'm like, just chill, just be chill. We're fighting Bagabunga.
Babango. Is he over in 2? I think he's in 2, right?
Oh, here he is, yeah. Wait, is he? I feel like his color's funny, but maybe it's just the lighting in the area.
Does he have funny colors?
I mean, there's the green version of him, but I don't think that's in this game. But he just, I feel like maybe it's, I think I know what it is. I've been playing too much stories where the colors are very, very vibrant in the game, and then like having this game being back to what normal colors are.
Did I hit you with my gun line shell already? Sorry.
Didn't hit me, I'm fine. I keep swinging. I want that mushroom though. Give me that mushroom. Rhino monkey sloth? He's also a
Oh, because that's not a horn, that's like a mohawk.
No, he's got like a horn. Is it a mohawk? I always thought it was a horn.
I just like to consider it a mohawk.
Oh. Yeah, I kind of like that better.
I think it's like an actual horn. Are you just chilling tonight, Lone? Look out, I'm gonna blast him.
This poor monkey. We broke his horn. Maybe it's a hair tie, because when it breaks, his hair comes down. Unicorn ape bear. That's what I love about Monster Hunter. Well, ironically, that's what I kind of like about a lot of monster games in general, like monster raisers, fighters, whatever, because they're just combinations of shit. That's why there's a good line from Avatar: The Last Airbender, where they have like everything is like made of 2 animals. They're 2 animals from our world. So
yeah, I've never watched Avatar.
Really?
I know that about the show.
Yeah, it's great. So one of them is they visit the king of the Earth Kingdom, and he has a bear, and they're all like, so what kind of bear is he? And they just list off various different types of bear plus something, and he's like, no, it's just a bear. And they're like, what are you talking about? Like, it freaks them out.
Just a regular bear.
The more beat up he gets, he's more tussled. Yeah, you can break parts in this game, people, if you've never watched. And it means that we can just weaken the monster, and you can actually see the effects of what you've done to them.
Daimono, the Monster Hunter streamer, has people unfamiliar with Monster Hunter.
Oh god, yeah.
In his chat.
Well, that's the funny thing about me, because I'm just a bit of both. I'm a bit of everything. He has yellow hair. Maybe? I don't know. I always thought it was a horn until you guys brought it up. But he has farted on me, so, you know.
He's farted on me too, he's slowly chipping my health out.
Yeah. Stink lasts a long time in this game. I don't know why they increased how long it is. For some reason, the urgent quest to get access to the 3-star village is not showing up, even though I've done the key quests. That's strange, Ninetales. I'm guessing, are you looking at like a spreadsheet for it? Oh, hello.
Monkey down! Monkey down!
I played Dauntless, so I'm familiar with it. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it's, Dauntless is just Monster Hunter. Except not as good, unfortunately. I do like Dauntless, I just wish it was a bit better.
It's pretty good. It's good for what it is.
Oh yeah, 100%. That first iteration of it, very good. Took the Monster Hunter team ages to get to that point.
I thought fun Dauntless. I haven't played since spring, but it's fun.
Yeah, you are. It's hard to say, Ninetales. You'd have to look at the quest list. It really is just... That's one of the things I prefer in later Monster Hunters, is they at least let you know which ones are the key ones, so you can, if you want to just gun it. Whereas the older ones, it's just, there's a lot of like community incentive to try and like figure it out together.
Did I jump off of him and kill him?
No, that's me.
No.
I wish it was though. Very squishy pig. I love these PNGs. Chat, I love these PNGs.
You love being a cat in this game, Buddha? What kind of cat do you have?
Boomerang cat.
Boomer cat?
Boomerang cat, oh no. Yellow cat is like the way to go, I feel like, if you're playing in a group. It's just so strong.
Yeah, I like my Gila cat. She's pretty great.
I like Beast. Beast is just fun to play.
Oh, Buddha has a beast cat. I don't have a good beast cat yet.
Yeah, my Beast is probably my main use one, and then but I've got like a perfected healer, perfected Beast healer. God, thank you, Kit.
I got a healer and a trapper and
What's the other one? Oh, Gatherer. That's the other one I have. But it doesn't even look like a cat from behind. It looks like a rabbit. Rabbit?
Oh, he's got the crab armor on. That's why. He's got the blue crab armor and his cat's wearing the red crab armor. Perfect.
But black belt? Weakener. There's weakener. Booster, weakener. The big three. Booster, weakener, and insurance.
Keep swapping sets.
I don't know why they made the food buff so easy in Rise. It's very strange. Because I think World put it in a good place. So I think that was probably some of my favorites, sort of how you dealt with food buffs. But
There was still an element of randomness to what you got.
sorry, I just got a message. Frankenstein's cat? Yeah, if Frankenstein had a cat, I'm fairly sure he would have bolted him up too. But yes, you are correct, Carter. I was like trying to think of other costumes. We should think of some other costumes because I have a few other ones in mind, but this will probably be the costume for the Hey, Shadowfang.
Costumes?
Yeah.
Oh, I found the Macau. These are here.
Wait, why are we fighting Macau?
I think we're fighting Macau and Volvidon together.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. I was gonna say, it feels like we're going down in power level. There he is. Oh, he's a big boy. Oh, I like it when he's a big boy. Oh, man, this monster's still my favorite raptor. He's so cool.
It's very unique.
It reminded me, I actually was watching a video of two kangaroos fighting the other day.
Were they doing this?
Pretty much. One actually did like this sick ass like drop kick. Maid outfit? That's not a Halloween costume. You just want to put me in a maid outfit.
Watching your video, do you mean looking out your back window?
I was waiting for it. That was one of the weirdest things when I because I didn't know this about the residence I went to, but they had kangaroos just out in the in the area, like they would just come through sometimes, and that was kind of cool because it was like they were not like because I'm like from the suburbs, so it was like seeing like just wildlife out your window was just not a normal thing. How we not knock this light over? I'm gonna head to bed. No problem, kid. Have a good night. There we go. Get that monkey off me. I like Shadow. You're just watching from the sides. Where's down for this lad? It's this way. I keep thinking that Buddha's cat is dressed up in the Dark Magician outfit.
The dark crab. The dark crustacean.
Dark crab. The dark crustacean.
Kit Curry says, "Good night. Be nice to die. He's the soft boy."
I'm not a soft boy. I'm the hardest lad you see.
I'm a soft boy, Kit. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the soft boy. Daimono's actually the tough boy who protects me.
I think that's the problem with all us Sapphires. We're all the soft boys. I know. Yeah, Riku's pretty hard. He's a hard lad.
Is he?
I don't know. As hard as you can be as someone who dresses up like a maid.
Pretty tough.
So I'm a big fan of the trope.
I'm gonna make you protect me whether you like it or not.
Volvidon's probably this way. I like the Japanese trope. I'm a bit over it in a sense at the same time, but Japan loves the trope of the masculine crossdresser, and masculine crossdresser. I'm gonna go with, and it's like it's just funny because it's in so many things. But I think I like the character archetype of the sweetheart muscle person from anime. Like
I do too.
It's a good one.
I'm a big fan of the friendly muscle
bear.
ones.
The friendly bear.
Aww. It says Rico is a hard lad because they've been hanging out with him.
Riku.
I think one of my favorites is the Body Improvement Club from Mob Psycho.
Oh yeah. They're wholesome lads.
They're the perfect iteration of that.
I think my favorite is definitely Armstrong from Full Metal.
That too.
He's just the best. I also like pretty. The guy from One Punch Man, actually. I just realized because One Punch and Mob are both the same. But this is a big Volvidon. Shit. I can't remember his name, but there's actually there's a few in not Mob Psycho, in One Punch Man.
One Punch Man?
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna get stunk on. Oh no. Lucky. Dang it.
Two stinky boys. 2 hunts in a row.
Yeah. At least this Volvodon is nowhere near as bad as the Rise one.
That's true.
Hunter! Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, everyone. How you guys doing? A raid is about to have a dragon. You weren't fast enough. Welcome in, raiders. How you doing, Hunter? I don't think any of my mods are around, so I'll give you a shout out in a moment. But how you guys doing? Hunter, I think you were doing GU earlier. I think I remember seeing. I also got GU now. Oh, you just got GU. Shit. How are you enjoying it? It's hella fun. How far through are you? Did you get added low rank yet, or are you just taking your time with it? Hey Wolfie, how you doing? And welcome in Dragon as well. I was supposed to be in that raid. You got here before. I love the people that try to get here slightly earlier. Taking it slow? Yeah, I mean that's the way to do it. If it's your first time through, there's no reason to rush it. But yeah, how was stream? How was just stream in general? Did you get hunts in with people, or were you doing it solo? Damn. I have to go back up to chat. You're sad now? What happened, Kazuki? I've been discouraged from using light bowgun and heavy bowgun. Oh, what in a party, or just because of how they play? Heavy bowgun in this game though is very 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 good. Certain setups it's just cheating. Speaking about Riku earlier, Riku's heavy bowgun is just a monster. But you know me, I'll never touch ranged weapons. I've got this big sword and that's all I'm gonna ever swing. It's like a lot of mats. Yes, it is. I'm getting hit by that.
Oh, there was all around him. I thought his head was safe.
This Volvodon's just getting beaten up. Pretty much over. He's gonna start. Yep. This.
Room for one more? We do have room for one more.
Gotta be quick.
We do. Is someone come?
First it was this village, and then there was this hub. Oh, cool. How do you do that dash with a greatsword? So when you're in if you're in Brave, I'm currently not in Brave right now, but when you have Brave meter, you can tap. Essentially, you have moves in Brave that are based off what you're pressing. So if I'm not in Brave full, I can press tap that, and then I can hold and then I can charge. Give me more hits on it. If I've got full meter, then essentially when I'm in Brave, I can just hold and then I can just charge forward.
Sorry.
I use the same style for my greatsword, but I don't know how to do it. That's like the shoulder bash. I'll show you in a moment. You'll see Dragon Slayer from how I do it. Also, I'll give Hunter a shout out as well now that we're out of this hunt. So if you guys don't know, Hunter is also another VTuber who is also a big Monster Hunter fan as well. And I would appreciate you guys go checking him out. Give him a follow. Oh, SMT. Man, I'm not looking forward to playing SMT on stream. I think that one will be a bit of a shit show just because I've never played one before. And I love Persona, but I've heard that game is tooth and nails hard sometimes. I just want to know how to shoot the shot, what to do the shoulder bash. Oh, there's no shoulder bash in this game. If you're talking about the World Shoulder Bash Dragon, that's not in this game. That was unique to this, to World, and well, Rise now as well. It's the modern movesets. A lot of the retro movesets are very different. Greatsword's a very simple weapon in this game. Well, in older games, this one's a lot more complicated, I would say. But neither have I. Neither have I. What, Carter?
Like when I play Gunlance, I don't even do the Wyvern Fire.
Wyvern Fire.
I don't do it because I feel guilty every time I use it. I used it that last time, but that was, and I actually think I got away with not hitting anyone, but normally I don't even bother using it.
I realized I didn't have the ID on screen. Oh, you've never played SMT. I'm looking forward to playing it, but JRPGs, they're long games, so I never end up finding time because there's just so many things. When you're charging up and you do the dash forward.
Persona 5.
Oh, it's when you got full Brave. I'll show you in a moment, Dragon.
Daimono, was anyone from your chat wanting to join?
Don't think so at this stage.
Okay. Yeah, Lone, we got room for you. You got it right here. Or you can just join on me. I'm actually... Oh, here he is. He's here. I'm gonna be right back, you guys. I'm just gonna change my vape pen real quick. I'll go really fast, though, so
The important
I'll be
things.
back.
Where are we? Terrible, 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 terrible stuff. That's why I'm gonna never stream Xenoblade. Well, if you don't like, there's a streamer friend. She did all of Xenoblade. Did Chronicles. She did X. She did 2. She did all the DLC for both of them. She did all the quests. She 100%ed one of them. Like, and she did them all on streams, and I'm like, that's insane. You're insane. That's just so much content for one, like, for a stream. You just become, you are the Xenoblade streamer at that point. I could never do that. I can't sit still. That's why my schedule is a funny thing, because if you ever see my schedule, I usually have at least 2 playthroughs or 2 games and Monster Hunter, as well as the news. So I try to keep variety in the streams. I know it's probably not as healthy as it could be, but I just like to have, I'm not trying to force the idea that I'm a variety streamer, but it's like, I just like playing lots of things. Speaking of which, it'll be weird once I start playing like card games on stream. I feel like that's a facet you guys haven't really seen of me. The big nostalgia junkie in me. It's funny because I do feel like everything I play is a derivative of RPGs. I love stats. I love RPG stats to death, and like different games handling it in different ways, different formats handling it in different ways, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm down to clown. Is that the Chameleos switch axe? I think it is. But it's creepy eye. And one day we'll be big and strong like Jumpy. Not Jumpy, Lone. I wish you could emote while readied up. It's a weird thing that they, like, you can do the shout outs, but I don't think you can do the emotes. No. Bit of a weird thing. Where's my emote menu? Which I forget every single time. Sometimes I have a hard time deciding what weapons to build towards. I get a surprise each time. I mean, that's the fun thing about, I think, doing the old Monster Hunter games. Whereas, like, the more modern ones are just, like, a bit more, like, you see the tree, you can see what you're heading to. The surprise is there, but you can see kind of what, like, the branches that it can go into. Whereas, like, I think there's a bit of, like, mystery that Monster Hunter lost when they transitioned over to that weapon system. Because in GU, particularly, like, there's so many paths. Because you have your base path. So a good example is, like, the steel path. Like, the steel path or the base iron path, you can go all the way through on iron. Like, my best weapon into G rank was an iron weapon. And then you can branch that off into the various different weapons of, like, whatever monster it might be. But then each of those weapons have, if they have an EX form of the version of the monster, so if they have a hyper version, then they branch off again. And then you have, like, the move sets, or you have the powers that go with that and everything. And a lot of the time, the hypers end up being a little bit worse. But ones like Sergios, like, they're very good weapons. And it's cool to have that, where it's like, you've got such a variety of choice. And all of it's a bit of a surprise, because, like, those hyper versions can completely change that weapon to a different style of weapon. Like, it might be one that used to have high sharpness, now it's actually a crit weapon. It might used to be one that was good for slots, now it's actually got less slots and more attack or something like that, but you get the good skin of it. So again, the reason I have issues with this sword is it just has the best of every world. But there's other weapons that are very, very targeted in this game that it's fun to discover them. I'm gonna take this tiny crab cat in a battle. I like that Sergios' longsword at LR auto sharpens. Yes, Yeah, so Sergio, this is why people have been waiting for Surge to come back in some sense for the later games, because Sergio has a very, very good skill in the fact that it is sheath sharpen, and certain weapon types really love it. No, I wouldn't talk about your sword. No, I'm talking about good weapon.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting I only play bad weapons in this game.
Yeah, that's correct. Because I would imagine it's very good on the switch axe. Because I was going to say it's good on the great sword, long sword, dual blades, like any of those weapons. Like, you can take advantage of it because you're putting your weapon away a lot. But if you're playing like lance, gun lance, things like that,
Wait,
probably not as useful.
Regios?
Yeah, the Sergio's sharpening.
It's not. It's actually not sheath sharpen. It's dodge sharpen.
Oh, it's dodge sharpening. Oh,
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Sheath
Yeah.
sharpen skill, but the
Yeah.
weapons is dodge sharpen.
You're totally right. Yeah. It's been a very long time since I've used the Surge weapon.
And that's why I use it. Is because I play Valor,
Hmm.
and so I dodge it a lot.
We should
Sheath
really
sharpen
catch
is
you
very good, though.
your
I
hunts
agree.
one of these days. As in to join us, Hunter? Yeah, if you're ever wanting to jump through some stuff and do some content,
Well,
you should
we're,
let us know. Is that armor from Assassin's Creed? Ironically, no. It's actually the Baroth armor, and I'm wearing a Kezu helm. But I just really like how it came together. No, I need to sleep. No, maybe another time, Hunter. Alright, let's rock and roll. Yeah, we'll probably end up hunting again together, Hunter. That was a weird sentence. Definitely when Sunbreak comes out, because that'll level the playing field with everyone. Everyone will be back to base 0. I think that's always a fun time, because everyone then just gets the opportunity to play together. Snack? I feel like we're at snack point, or is it too early for snack? I love snack. Snack, good boy.
Snack?
Snack! Oh, no snack. What are we fighting?
We're fighting Sir. What are we fighting? Nersilla.
Nice
Nerskilla, I'm sorry.
Nicicella. That's what I call her. No one can convince me on how to pronounce monster names in this universe, because every single time I've ever thought about a monster, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what it's called, and then everyone's like, no, that's completely wrong. Like, whatever.
I'm just gonna go ahead and stick with the mindset that the way I pronounce it is correct.
Yep.
And that the way that the actual developers of the game and the founders of the series pronounce it are wrong.
Yeah. God, yeah, it is very funny sometimes when you hear them, with the Japanese accents, and then additionally it's based on an English word, and it doesn't quite sound right, but it's their universe, so they're correct. Show you that charge thing? Yeah, I'll need to build up to Brave for it. Just needing to wait for it to drop down. Why is she doing this? Why is she just doing the drop over?
I don't know, there's nobody up there. Oh, I think Lonnie's up there.
Oh, okay.
No, he's down here with us, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why she's just doing the drop.
Charge up on this monkey.
Ow, monkey please. Oh, what? I got stunned. Alright, there we go. I was trying to take the opportunity to break her poison thing. Oh good, well we can't go up there anymore, so that's okay. Oh, water? Water. You play Valor? Of course I play Valor. It's so sick. It's either Valor or Adept, a great sword generally.
Now we just chop, 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 chop.
Got tapped by a poison somewhere in there. Good choice. I think it's the safe choice on almost all the melee weapons. It's just very strong. So yeah, from this state, Dragon, so pretty much you can see how I'm like this. I just tap A. When you're in Valor, you can just hold a charge and then just tap A, and then you'll charge forward. Spiota, calm down. Spiota. Spiota. There it is. That's what I want to see. This is a monster you can really bully because she has so many breakpoints. Also, welcome back, Medic. What? I don't know what part. Oh, mounted.
Alright, well, here, get some food.
Oh, that was probably a bad time for a break, actually. Charge and then press A. Yeah. So, but a lot of the time, I'll just throw it out because it actually is a good way to cancel as well. Because you can let go, but you can reposition very easily.
Off one of her legs, and that those actually broke.
Oh, good dragon. I feel like I see sometimes people playing Valor, and I notice they never use it for some reason. It's just extremely. It's what makes Valor very good. Positioning in this game is very easy as Greatsword. It's like Ragnar Kadaki. Yes. So, strange thing you bring that up, Hunter. Ragnar is a different skeleton. Ragnar is a unique skeleton. She doesn't seem to fight anything like the other insectoids. What are the insectoids called in this game?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I can't think of what they're called.
Spiders are called something separate from the insects.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. Pretty sure.
I can't think of the name of them. You gonna go try it? It's very good. Come back here, Spitter. Is that the down
Yeah,
climb?
I think the spiders have their own. I thought they had their own designation, separate from like Sulpus and stuff like that.
Kind of looks like a lesser version of Shoulder
That's
Bash.
right.
Yeah.
Neopterons. Spiders are
That's right. Yeah. Near Upterons. I don't have any charge, so I'll just go for a normal one. I just realized this went so fast. I was trying to figure out why, and I realized it's lone.
Oh, and it's not because of you and me, huh?
No. Well, faster than it was before. We're not that good, babe. We have to admit it at some point. Spider is dead. No more spider. This spider's sword, greatsword, is very good, by the way. This was probably my main go-to greatsword in this game. Hey Armin, having a good day? I am. We played a bit of Left 4 Dead earlier, and now we're doing some MonHun because we haven't been able to play with Bear in a while.
Yeah.
But reserving you a space, Bear, for Phasmophobia?
For next Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah.
Yes. I won't be able, wait, actually, I think I might actually have next Saturday off.
Like fully?
So I'd actually be able to join earlier than normal.
Ooh.
Let's check.
So, 'cause yeah, we were gonna do Phasmo this week, and I was like, oh wait, no, I wanted that for the actual Halloween celebration. So I changed it. I said to people, we'll swap it over, and hopefully we can do Dead by Daylight tomorrow. So if anyone was around tomorrow, maybe we can do some Dead by Daylights with peeps.
I actually have Saturday off next week.
Oh, nice.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, save me a spot.
Perfect lineup.
I'll actually be able to join before like 11 o'clock.
I'm from Australia, the Upside Down land.
That's good because I wouldn't be able to join tomorrow.
Just so you know, Dragon, I have Upside Down emotes in the Discord. Rip Spider. No one cared about Spider. No one has feelings for that Spider.
We're too strong.
Spider evil.
Old man alone, I'm older than you.
I know how much
like
I'll
3
stay
times your
awake.
age.
That's okay, Arvin. Hopefully you're not too busy with school. When do you guys do hunts? It's a little hard right now, Hunter, because Bear and me have had a bit of a change with how our work habits are. So Bear's very on like short notice for me. So I generally try to do it like today or tomorrow for GU in the week, but sometimes it can be a bit of a hard thing to catch him.
Ancient being from a lost era, otherwise known as the 90s.
Where the heck is my attack L? I can't reinstall Dead by Daylight. Yo, I'd be down for DBD. I think maybe we should try and... I want to try and do some DBD medic with everyone. Like, I wouldn't mind, like, trying to... Because I know I want to do it with Al. So, like, I kind of want to try and set up so we do it with the Sapphires, but at the same time, maybe we can split off and have little groups going on and stuff like that.
Because if you were, like, 1, 2, 3, 4 years old in a decade and you don't even remember what it was like, I wouldn't say you're from that decade, because then I would be an 80s kid.
80s
I
kid.
think it's like the decade that you grew up in, that you have memories, like childhood memories.
Yeah, I always feel like that too, because I have the same thing where it's like, I'd want to be considered an 80s kid, but I'm a 90s kid, without a doubt.
Same. So if you're born in like 87 or 97,
Night Armin. Go recharge. Go get your like, you know when like your plant, like it's dying one day and then you pour water on it, give it some sunlight, and then you come back and it's just bright and bustling. That's you. That's what you need. Welcome back, Zeus. What did I miss? We beat Spider. We've beaten a spider up. Punched him in the tummy. If you punched a spider in the stomach, would it vomit up poison or would it squirt out web?
Daimono asking the real
The insane questions.
I don't know. The truth is, Daimono, only you in Australia even have spiders big enough to punch.
Oh my god.
So you might have to test that by yourself.
So, do you know what's funny, Bear? Is like, normally I talk about how, I never see spiders, blah, blah, blah. So I actually mowed the lawn yesterday, and, like a family of, big spiders came out of the ground. And I like, oh, wasn't expecting that.
A hole in the ground?
I don't know if they were in a hole in the ground or it was just because the grass was decently thick, but yeah, it was like one really big one and then a couple others, and one had like a big egg sack on its back. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get rid of you boys. Oh, particularly, they were too close to the house. Oh, there they are. I was wondering where you guys got.
Hold on, let me do my cat trader real fast.
I also, it was so weird because, well, there's people near me have chickens, and I'm wondering whether or not why, but I think, because we've had mice in the area sometimes. But yeah, I've saw some mice holes again. I'm like, cool, I'm gonna have to deal with that now. Evie found one of them and she was just staring it down so intently for like an entire day. She's just like, they gotta come out at some point. It's a hell no for you. It's not like a very, like, spiders aren't that common where I'm from. If you're in the northern states, I would say that's a lot more. So the closer you are to, say, bushland or rainforest, is the more likely you will see spiders. A lot of the suburbia, it's not very common. Like, I've never seen a funnel web in Australia, by the way. The giant ones, like, I've never seen one. Huntsmans are probably the biggest I've seen. And I'm fairly sure what I killed the other day was huntsmans. They were either huntsmans or big wolf spiders, one or the other.
How big were they?
Probably the size of your fist, I would say.
Pretty big.
Pretty big. They were definitely not the biggest I've seen though. Like, huntsman's definitely like, because they're like, they sprawl themselves out. Sorry for arachnophobians in chat, by the way.
I'm very tolerant of spiders. And I'm not arachnophobic. If I saw a spider that big, I might be a little hesitant.
I kind of feel the same. I'm not big on things like moving quickly and things like that. But as soon as they reach that certain threshold and you're like, this is not okay anymore. I don't like this.
Yeah. Because I'll catch like wolf spiders. I don't get a lot of wolf spiders like in my house where I live now, but like, you know, I'd see wolf spiders in my house the size of like, you know, $1 coin or something, which is pretty big for around here.
Dollar coin. I'm trying to think about how big that dollar coin is
And
Australian.
release them outside and things like that, but size of my fist. We'll see.
That's the funny thing. That's like worst horror stories I've heard is like because a lot of the spiders like being like under like tarps and things like that, where it's like people have like they've got like utes and they put stuff in the back of the ute and then they put a tarp over the top and then they leave it for ages. A friend of mine, you hear these stories happen all the time. Oh, Armin, I can't grab that picture. It's not a proper PNG. It's actually probably the worst style that you could have given me. It's a web P.
Copyright style that
Yeah.
does now,
Yeah.
where you can't even edit them.
I can't know.
I've seen a few pictures like that. It's so.
Oh,
it's so
Koro, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Welcome on in. 7 months. 7 months. Big mod powers. I actually need to drink a cool drink because I've already overdrank. A green Daimono, a zombie mono. That's what we're going for today. Hang on, Armin. I've got an alternative because of what you've sent me. I know exactly. I have an alternative to that.
Have we
found
it?
Give me a sec. It's a hat. I'm looking for a hat. Chat, we're looking for a hat. Chat, I'm looking for a hat. Chat, I'm looking for a hat. Chat, I'm looking for a hat.
I think yeah, Len's on it.
Got a horn now. Essentially got a horn. That'll do for now because otherwise I can't edit the other one easily. So there is a way you could, if you really wanted to, use that those web PM whatever. You can just screenshot them. And not suggesting people to do that, but
I was about to say because I have like my screen clip like easily accessible, so I could just like hit display it on screen and then just snip it as a JPEG and then work on it.
That's it. Like the point of a lot of that stuff isn't to make it so it's impossible. It's just to really to encourage people not to do it because it's annoying and takes time and stuff like that. And not everyone has access to photo editing, but like I mean, some people like can just do it with Paint. Like literally working with pixels, it'd take a lot of time, but you could do it if you really wanted.
Yeah.
Unicorn horn? Heck yeah. I'm a unicorn zombie. Ah, it was raw. Thought it was a charge. That's a charge.
That's a charge.
God, I love fighting Basiroth because he's just very easy to trip.
He's just a big clumsy baby.
And he was a tier 3 monster. That's the funny thing about him.
He's trying his best.
Some of the monsters in this game, that's just how it be. They're just trying their best. They're just trying to live their best life. Oh my gosh. Poor boy. Let's see if we can break his stomach. Just break one. Oh, we broke top 2.
Oh. Yeah, doesn't matter.
Something else is here. What is here? I can't see what else is roaring. No, there's something else behind us.
Just check. Unless it left already. It's just out and on.
Oh. Yeah, because there was the discovery sound went off.
Oh. Might have showed up and left.
Yeah, it must have. Well, the thing is that a lot of big monsters do that.
Oh, you got paralyzed. I was gonna say, I got that Nani and Andy got paralyzed. Getting bullied so hard.
Oh. That is okay with me because this lad just has a lot of health. Yeah, there's a discovery sound. I don't know what it is though. Wait, or is it asleep? Hang on. Oh, it might be going to sleep. Is Lone using sleep arrows?
I don't know. It might be.
Send a better one? Okay, hang on. Give me a sec, We'll just beat up this big silly lad. This is why I appreciate support weapons, because you can just, it allows you to do this. Like, we just bullied the shit out of that guy.
I need to, yeah.
Did someone tag him? Because I don't know where he is.
Lone got the para. I don't know who got this loot, but it wasn't me.
It was a chain stun. We just bullied the shit out of him. No more fight. I've gone the wrong way.
But yeah, I want better status weapons. I actually have the Nurskilla gun lance. It's pretty cool. I should make like a good parrot weapon or something.
We're gonna get to the end of the fight, chat, because I'm currently one-handed trying to do stuff. Going the wrong way. Thank you, Armin.
You did.
I actually like this Armin a lot. This hat a lot, Armin, because the fact that it's, oh my god, I've gone super duper the wrong way. I'm not gonna even get the calves. Alright, where am I?
Buddha's running and sleep on the cat. That's what it is.
Wow, that sleep went off quite often, because we at least got 2. Oh, maybe Volvodom was in the area at some point then.
He must have been showing up and then rolling out.
Don't you land on me, you idiot. He can't hurt me, but he can definitely stop me.
I should make some status weapons.
Past that time, very cool. You're very cool,
Could just upgrade my gun lance. I like that gun lance.
Ow. Go.
He's coming.
Oh, it's a very small hat. Do we want a very oh, it's a Halloween themed one. Oh, this is perfect.
What's the hat?
Ignored you. That was like, oh no, that's Volvodon.
Everyone, go look at Daimono's hat right now.
I might be using this often. Maybe I should get just a little like a Halloween outfit, like a just Halloween themed, not even like a. No, I know. I've just thought of a new costume for me. All right, I've got an idea, chat. But the problem is implementing certain ones that go over my face. I don't like using because then you can't see stuff. The only part of me that animates my little goofy face. Are you gonna dress up for Halloween, Bear?
Nope. Unless work makes me. When is Halloween? The 31st, right?
Yeah. Wait. Why are you asking me? You're the one from the country that it's from.
You know what? That's a good question. If my work makes me, they will make me.
I talked about this, I think, the other day, where it's like, it's funny with me and costumes and doing up set on stream and stuff like that. I don't do that stuff IRL. Like, that's not really me. I've never really done it. But when it's digital, it's just so easy for me to do, and it's just fun to do, and you can get exactly what you want. That I just enjoy doing it.
Yeah, now if now people are gonna expect me to dress up. For
There we
I'm just gonna
go.
put a sheet over my head and cut eye holes in it. It'll be perfect.
I wonder if Prince, because I did Prince do something last year? I'm trying to think who did stuff last year, because Buns did something. Prince is running his charity again, so he might do something. Unsure.
You love status weapons, Buddha? I need more. I want to make more.
Just leave holes for your eyes then? But my eyes don't animate too much, Kuro. I feel like my head tilted and my little mouth is what it's all about. Are you low-key saying you're broke IRL? No, that's not what I'm saying, Kuro. It's I think I'm not into I've talked about it before with like, I don't know about you, Bear, but I'm not the type of person, you know, like there's merch for like video games and just paraphernalia. Like I know you got like posters and stuff in the background. I'm actually the same about getting posters, but I don't get that many like figures and stuff like that. I don't buy like extra clothes. I don't buy costumes. Like to me, it's just like takes up space. So it's kind of like the same thing. Making a costume, using costume, and all that stuff. Like I don't really want to do that because then I don't want to have to accumulate stuff.
In the same way, I don't I have figures.
Have a good night, Hunter. Thank you for the raid again.
Not that many comparatively.
We'll have to get some hunts
really
in
small
sometime.
Monster Hunter figures.
Catch him in.
Just because they're very nice and they're pretty cheap.
I usually.
I do like shirts, so I've like.
Oh yeah,
shirts
actually,
and
yeah.
stuff like that.
I'm the same there actually. I feel like we've
So I
got
do
similar
have some
tastes.
shirts, yeah. But I'm not like a I don't like, you know, my figurine collection is pretty small and probably won't get that much bigger. I don't have like plushies or anything like that, or yeah, I don't have any costumes. So I feel it.
I was thinking about there with that is like I realized the thing I do.
You do?
Oh, my hot drink. I was about to drink that. Is I like to get something from when like I do an event or like I go somewhere, like sort of a memento more so than a memento more so than like just collecting stuff, I guess. And I like the idea of that a lot.
Yeah.
Hey, why are we fighting another Bassaros?
You know what? I don't know.
He's much bigger too. I just have clothes, but I'd use my old clothes just give them away. I give away my clothes to our Kuro because a lot of mine are kept in pretty good condition, and I think a lot of them are still pretty fun. As well as there's like, I think old black shirts, very easy to give away because everyone wants just old, like just black shirts. So. However,
So you
can't give away
something
pants with holes.
Funny about me, Daimono? So I like shirts like band shirts. Like I have band shirts, and I have like a couple anime shirts, and like 1 or 2 video game shirts. But the thing for me is like, it's more about like the design.
Yes,
and I actually,
yeah, 100%.
So I don't like wearing shirts that just have like
The brand, yeah.
Like, blasted across the front of it. But I like having like shirts that might be like Redbubble shirts that are like designs or just like the designs or art from, you know, a show or a game or something like that. But the kind of thing where it's like, it's not even like, you know, really like displaying the name of it, or if it is,
yeah,
you know, it's the kind of thing where it's like, it's the kind of thing that somebody who recognizes, if like someone, you know, if somebody else recognizes it, they might appreciate it. But like someone who's not familiar with it might not even really know what it is other than like a clear design.
I still have this because I very rarely have people recognize what my shirts are because a lot of them are pretty niche. And again, I agree. I think I'm the same with like I'd much prefer to have a design that I think is genuinely really cool and it's something I appreciate, not just the fact that it is, oh look, I'm wearing a Monster Hunter shirt, or I'm wearing a oh shit, poison. I'm wearing a whatever. Like I'm not going around trying to advertise that I'm a big fan of this thing or going around like advertising for them as well. But like
Exactly.
yeah, it is funny though that the very rare occasions that I've had people like bring it up was because I really like the World of Warcraft. So I've always played Horde. I think Horde is my favorite side of WoW. And one of the things is I really like the tribal sort of like logos and styles they have for a lot of the factions. And so I've always really liked the Horde symbol. And I remember the one time that I have ever had someone just go nuts and yell at me about what I was wearing was at Disneyland. I'm just wearing the Horde shirt. And this dude just yells at me across the fucking, like, we were at Epcot, the one with the big orbs.
Epcot, yeah.
Yeah, and just yells across and all these people turn to look at us and I'm like, yeah, Cool. Can I go now?
See, that's kind of awkward, but it's like normally like if you're wearing like something with like like that and someone recognizes it, normally it's like a cool time and you're like, oh hey, you like this too.
Yeah, discussing it with someone. Yeah.
That's kind of awkward, but
yeah.
normally it's good.
That was the only time I've ever had someone go to that degree, but it was like, because yeah, in America, it happened a few times, people yelling out "For the Horde" at me while wearing that shirt. I'm like, not again, never doing that again. But going to like supermarkets or stuff.
Thing, too, that people do that.
Yeah, yeah.
What's up, Sticks? How are you?
I feel like because of the fact it's a sort of a very faction, people get very. It's like it's team sport sort of scenario where people get super into it.
Absolutely like team spirit.
I have a weird thing going on where my pants are getting their holes. What does that mean, Carter?
How's your neck going, Sticks?
I always get a split, like under the crotch sort of thing, just because of how I sit, because I never sit in a chair properly.
You sit with your legs flung over the arms of the chairs, just hanging.
Yeah, I pull it as far as I can.
That's the problem. That's why you're doing the splits on your chairs.
I'm just, what is it? There's a term for that, like full present. What is it called? As in the holes where the holes where are in my pants? Yeah, that's what I assumed you meant, Carter.
Playing World, Sticks, I kind of want to play World again. We might do that like early next week or something.
I thought about it for Halloween because of the fact that it has a very good Halloween festival. I can't just keep bouncing from Monster Hunter game to Monster Hunter game.
I'm okay like jumping back to World like, you know,
Every now and then.
once a month or once every 2 months or something.
Mm.
Fun.
Well, that's the thing, it's like, it's funny because I think people don't realize, as much as there was like a burnout and it dropped significantly towards the end there, like, there's still lots of people coming into the game and like, the community is still pretty strong. Like, I still see a lot of like very popular world streams.
Yeah. PC or PS4? Probably PS4. Sticks, the thing is, I have it on PC, I have it installed, I've tested it out and it runs fine. I haven't even started on PC, like at all. I have nothing. I've done nothing. So it's like, I could play on PC, but it'd literally be square one.
Do we? I mean,
I'm ready to do that again just yet.
because I don't think I'm ever going to be able to convince my friends to complete Iceborne now on PC, because we did World together, but I don't think we did Iceborne. Now I'm like, do I just bite the bullet and like try and just do it? And it's like, heck, if you need to go from the start, like, and then I think there's a couple of other Sapphires that have like need to do it on PC. It's like, and just zip zoom through.
And I know with like the Defender stuff, I could do it fast.
Mm.
The Guardian stuff or whatever, I could do
Very
it
strong.
fast. So, I'm sure I will. It's just
It's because you're a badonkadonk
like
truck,
setting
Carter.
aside the time for it.
Carter.
Lao Shun, we're doing the Lao Shun, you guys.
Oh shit! I didn't even notice we were doing that. The Carter, it's your fat ass. It's your badonkadonk truck. It's just too much for your pants to handle. Splitting at the seams.
That's why I haven't decided to get Rise on PC. Same Sticks. I know that I talked a lot on stream about getting Rise on PC, but like thinking about it, I'm like, do I really need to?
I think there's a difference between World and Rise though. Like World, like I think the modding community is pretty cool about it. I would wait for Rise on PC to see how the modding community.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because it doesn't look different enough in my opinion, and like the community is just going to be smaller. So unless you've got like specific people you really want to play with, double dipping, I don't know if it's worth for Rise. World was definitely worth it though.
Activate cross saves. Probably not, unfortunately.
I'm surprised it's the one everyone was asking for as much as like I'd really cross save. Nowhere near as bad for me as cross play. Cross play is just bonkers to me that we can't have that yet. Man, again, I really like this fight. As often as we do it, I still really like this fight.
Well, I'm gonna just do what I did the last couple times and just hammer away at him with my weapon down on the ground.
The way to do it. Yeah, I would probably suggest Buddha to go and on the cannons. Usually the person who's under geared should do the cannons because it'll do more damage than your weapon will do, but at a certain point your gear strength will just exceed what the cannons can do. I'm not going to take binders or coins. Someone else can do those.
I got a coin. I can take binders if we need them.
It's good for them both to be picked up.
Alright, someone else got both binders. I'll take a stack of regular ammo.
I'm bringing my friends back to jump into Monster Hunter, and they all got in a rise while I'm sitting on World. Oh, Carter. Oh, I do have bombs. I was going to say I don't have bombs.
I guess I'll open the list then. No, Sticks, I plan on doing it at some point. I need to get all I need to get all the mods that
Get him, Lone.
I want to play with in order. How do I try this one again?
I love it. He doesn't flinch. He's a very strong lad.
It's my
At least my other friends are waiting on the PC release, so maybe I'll join them. Yeah, that's the thing. I've talked to Tante about it a lot because he's really looking forward to it on that. He'd rather get it on the PC than Switch. That's fair enough. You get whatever platform you would prefer to play on. I think it's a tough thing for a lot of that though, just in terms of like waiting that long. I could never do that. That'd be brutal for me to have to wait. Like, it's bad enough sometimes when you have to wait for Japanese releases for games. Why am I bouncing? Tummy time? Or crotch time, actually. Ever just punched a dragon in the dick? I would like to know more about Laoshang as a race, or a species. Because
I know.
just the idea that we only know of this one that flees Fatalis. Because this is a single event in time. I think as long as people know, we redo this fight. This is the one fight. Like the same with like Dormadala and Shenmuran and stuff like that. They are meant to be an event in time that happened. Like this is the siege at Castle Shrade. Like this is the boy fleeing Castle Shrade and the bastions that are in between that and the main capital, and him fleeing from Fatalis. Like it's Dormadala, him in the mountainside that was gonna destroy whatever that region was. I can't remember the name of the region. He was like ripping apart that mountain. Sandboy. I actually, chat. Does anyone remember what Jen Moran actually was doing? I can't. I legit don't remember.
How's your night going, Sean?
That was a really bad swing. Nice. What was that? Was that second head break or?
Maybe you couldn't do work on it.
Whoa!
One's just firing arrows constantly into his face.
I know. Is that thing? It's like it's just funny because this is why I think a lot of people don't like doing sieges. Is this shit? Because if you're ranged, your life is just one button. that was a weird knockdown.
Then you're using the Conqueror switch axe. I really like that one. That's one of my favorite ones. In Rise. I think exhaust piles are like my favorite piles to use in Rise. Yeah, I really like Conquerors. Especially because you get the, I think you get the file up, ramp up skill on it too.
Is another knockdown? No, it wasn't. No problem, Zeus. Enjoy food. I'm actually hungry myself. Streaming is a funny thing sometimes where I'm like, it's nowhere near dinner time, and I'm like, I could go food right now.
Yeah, Shen, I think I just did the file up one, exhaust file up or whatever it was. And then I stacked it with the exhaust up skill, stamina drain.
He bit me. Oh gosh. Thought he was backing up. He backed up for 2 seconds and then punched me in the face. He's a little further along than I thought he was. Ah! Somebody hit me.
Jen, I think I actually have more fun playing that way rather than just doing like straight damage for switch axe.
I think that's a funny thing sometimes where you see people like play weapon archetypes in Monster Hunter, and it's like some people go like the pure damage route on every weapon, and it's like, well, you look at the dual blades and the bow and even bow guns, like they're very, very, very good status weapons, like exhaust and hammer and stun, like, and people just don't want to do that. I know it won't do max damage, but if you're not playing solo, if you're playing in a group,
Yeah.
and you haven't got someone who's doing one of those elements, like, they make a pretty big difference. Not everyone has to be Team 4-star. Team 4-star? Wrong one. Team Darkside.
Monty, I want to see that supply farm. Also, Monty and Sticks and Moan. I was, last night I was messing around with Solo and I was trying out a melee build. So dumb. Because there's a bunch of cards that we have access to, you guys, that are solo only.
Wait, what's this for?
Back for blood.
Oh, Back for Blood.
Yeah, we've been playing it quite a bit. It's very fun.
I feel like that's like that game. I think you need to go over a certain hurdle to get to the point where it's like really becomes enjoyable. Because I feel like the base setup didn't look very fun.
Oh yeah, the moment you start unlocking cards that let you customize like your playstyle, it becomes pretty fun. Because then you can like choose to play a role if you want.
Yeah. I think
definitely
I just had issues with the flows of the levels and stuff like that. Like, but it's I definitely am interested at some point, but I do wonder whether or not it might be just a better package at a later stage for me.
It could be, yeah. I got pretty juicy. Weakness exploit 2 stamina 2 310. Oh, that sounds perfect. Shen for that switch axe.
Who's on cannon duty?
Let's do stamina 2. Yeah.
Probably getting close to big cannon. Also, is someone doing
I
restraints?
can be on cannon duty unless I should save mine for the razor.
If we can get a restraint in for he landed on. If we can get a restraint in for him at the cannon site, you can hold him there for both coins. But there is a damage threshold that happens in this fight where if you do too much damage, if he hits 0 health, he will actually take additional damage. You can only do the appropriate amount of like damage for this section, which is hard to judge because he's such a slow mother clucker. Bing. I feel like Lao Shang is actually probably the epitome of the walking pinata.
I know. Barely even feels it too. You game later than planned. It's okay, Shen. We'll have to do some rising.
Do you have a current goal in Rise? You just been chilling.
It's been chilling.
Oh, there's the big nuke.
Trying to find a bowgun build that I like, and still not finding one.
I'm kind of excited by the thought of, man, this happens every Monster Hunter expansion, but it's like the idea of like the expansion coming out and then being like, free us, give us, liberate us, give a whole heap of weapons, give us a whole heap of different ways we can play, because it's pretty limited right now.
That might encourage us to play weapons that we haven't been playing.
Yeah. Yeah, he's already leaving, so we've done more than enough damage. Yeah, technically we can leave now if he's already turning. Or not. So yeah, from my understanding, the way this fight works, unless it's different for GU, which is essentially he's got 2 health bars. You can break all his parts, so we've only broken his back once. We've broken his hands, I think. We haven't broken his back feet though. But yeah, basically you can break all the parts, but like he has like a health pool relative to the region he's in.
Is the boy standing up? No, he's backing up.
Nah, he's backing up because we've done too much damage. But this is what I mean about like you can, if you binder him where he is right now, you could actually effectively keep him here for 5 minutes to do a second cannon, but it won't do any damage.
Just make it take even longer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's have a little snack.
Heck yeah, small snack.
Oh, I went the wrong way.
Now this is the part of the fight where we just sit and chill.
While we wait for him to show up.
It's really funny looking at the armaments here. It just makes me think about how much I would love for the fortress from Stories 2 to be in the actual Monster Hunter games. I love that island so much.
Which fortress from Stories 2?
Lucion?
Oh, the hub.
Yeah.
Big city. I heard you talking about that on your stream. You were saying how cool it would be to have like a proper large-scale Monster Hunter city.
Yeah, well, it's funny because that's kind of what the original games insinuated. So, not having a like even in 3, like not in 3, 4, like you had that stuff. So, like it feels weird to not have it in a sense for eventually ever be a thing.
Tomorrow is your second shot, Shen. Not looking forward to potential sickness. It might be okay, Shen. If it's any consolation, neither Monty or I got symptomatic from our shots. We just got achy arms.
Did you what one did you get?
I got the Johnson and Johnson.
That sounds like there was a TV show called Johnson and Friends. So it just sounds to me, and this Johnson is like a cleaning product here for the babies.
I think it's the same company.
Really?
It's one of those. Yeah, Johnson and Johnson is one of those like companies that make everything. So they're in pharmaceuticals. They're in like like cleaning products and baby products and stuff like that.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, we have 3 in Australia, but it's so funny that there's so many. I never would have realized there was going to be so many, because we have I got Pfizer, but I know that there's a couple ones that have been around for longer. Some are even like state accessible as well. I remember Johnson and Friends. Heck yeah. My brother had a plush of it when he was a kid. A little pink elephant.
Yeah, I've heard some things about the Johnson one, Shen, but oh, his head took us out. He's a big boy. But I haven't had any like negative effects or anything.
Yeah. Well, ours had like the concern of like people like having like heart issues and stuff like that, because it can cause blood clots and things.
Right.
But that was only for people who have existing. A lot of those vaccines where it's if you had existing conditions that are like like you're actually really old and could have a heart attack, like very very uncommon. The elephant is Johnson? Yeah, he's Johnson. And his friend he has a friend that's a accordion, a yellow accordion. There's a red truck and a green water bottle. That's what it is. I'm fairly sure that's them. See, I know my kids' shows. I think I've talked about this before, but you guys all know I'm a nostalgia junkie. I would love to have like just a videotape, or just not a videotape, like one episode of every kid show I've ever watched growing up, so I can go back and be like, I remember that. I really like that. Never gonna sit down and watch it, but just to have that thing so you can be like, I remember this thing, because some of them are just impossible to find.
Have a good night, Shen. Let us know if you're feeling okay after your shot.
I'm back. I was just eating some dinner. Nice, Broken. Welcome back. I like you say you just eating dinner. What time is it for you, Broken? Because it's like it's 5 p.m. for me. Are you in? Either you're in New Zealand or you're very late in America. Because Bear's probably the latest you could be in America. What time is it now, Bear?
It is currently 11 o'clock p.m.
11 o'clock. Yeah, 7 p.m. Yeah, so you must be. Are you in New Zealand, Broken? How was dinner? Share us. You can't talk about food without sharing. I'm very hungry.
Yeah, Shen, we'll compare for sure. Also,
you guys comparing peonies?
Looks like loans going on.
Yep, New Zealand. You'll have to talk to CJ about New Zealand life. Ow. What? Wait. Oh, is it? Hang on. Oh, well, we're further along than I thought we were. Don't bump me. Don't bump me. Has people gone on his back to drop the bombs? I'm assuming they have.
I think Lone's up there right now. I don't know if he's going up.
I didn't grab the dragon bomb. He was very good. Deets. We need the deets. It's like going on a date, except you do it every day.
You did drop the bombs? Okay, go and drop the bombs.
What is this? This is Lao Shanglong. He is
Oh, sorry.
another dragon. That's okay. He flinched anyway. Is anyone there to get the Dragonator?
I am waiting for him to stand up on side.
Man, fucking, this is, I love this as well as a concept.
Okay.
This is hitting a dragon with 4 Dragonators at once. And he just
And
flinches.
he's conveniently walking right towards him.
Yeah, let's give him a hug.
Right, let me know when he's close enough.
It goes out pretty far, but you still need a bit. This is the problem with him. He does this. Yeah, don't do it. Come back down. He's landing. With best girl. Which is the best girl for you in Domus? I can't actually remember who all the girls are in that game.
Which game?
Skyrim.
Oh, that's right. I'm playing Skyrim. I think he likes the vampire.
Vampire? Which one's a vampire?
Serana?
Oh, right, yes. Yeah. I don't know, I kind of liked, I don't know, I can't remember who I had as my person with me a lot of the time. Serana? I only remember Selena. Yeah, I only remember Selena as well. It's funny you say that, Carter. Close enough.
Come on, big boy. Oh, sorry, what? I'll stand on the other side. Got in the way of his arrow.
Oh, this stompy lad. He's probably going to be close enough soon. You gonna put his hands on? Please stop stomping. Stop it. Stop it. Come. Alright, now you want to go.
Doing it?
Yep.
Bam. Cue the music.
It's big boys time.
Oh, it didn't.
Say as I get kicked.
The stinker. Coming in.
Lydia? I remember the starter girl, the one that's like the red hair. My belly is full. Your belly is happy. Zeus, I'm fairly sure, is up, like, I'm fairly sure he's not from New Zealand, so I'm fairly sure it's late dinner. You playing Yokai Watch 3?
To, like, attack through him and land on the ground. It sounds fucking bad.
How is the community for Yokai Watch 3 online? Is it still running broken? Oh.
Well,
I'll stand right here. I'll be safe. Trust me, chat. I've got this. Oh, I called it.
So I landed. I'm in his mouth. Straight down the neck.
We could live in this. Rent this place. Rent it out. Renovate it.
Out and live inside.
How much rent do you think we could get for Dragon Corpse?
Depends on the location.
Oh, it's got a good vista right next to the big castle.
That's true.
Is this a monster we have to go multiple places?
I think so. So check the door. Oh, you don't.
Yeah, because I went to the midway point, but I couldn't remember.
I thought you could, but I don't know. Maybe not, because I carved a bunch of times off. Of
Yeah, I think we hit the midpoint. Because I think he's still 2.
Look at that. 100% integrity on all barricades.
Nice.
You didn't even get a bonk on it.
I actually thought he did hurt the wall when he grabbed onto it, but it was like just before he did the actual attack. Play some games on your Wii, but it takes ages to start up. The Wii is actually a really good console to get a cracked version of a Wii. Because there's a lot of really good stuff on there if you can't get your hands on it. There's a lot of like exclusives that didn't go to global. I played some very, very good Japanese only games on my Wii. One day I'll play some very silly Wii games that I think people have never seen before. One of my favorites is Muscle March. If people have not seen that game, it's just a gem.
I think that's the game I was about to bring up.
Yeah.
Was Muscle March.
I love Muscle March so much.
Silly Wii games, and that was the first game.
I think it's so funny because it came out at such a late stage in its life cycle too. But I think there's a lot of hidden gems on the Wii that I don't think people know about. Same with the GameCube. Towards the end of the GameCube cycle, there was a few like interesting ones that I don't think people know about. Man, I'd love to bring back Weird Weekends like as a stream because I've just got so much bizarre stuff I know exists. But the problem is it's too many people are just looking for games they know. So
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that even with the games that I play.
it's trading the fine line.
Speaking of like Wii and GameCube games, how do you feel about the Nintendo Premium membership thing?
Oh man, so I covered it a bit on the news. It's a funny thing because I feel like I've seen a lot of people very upset about it. I'm actually fine with it because of the fact that I think as a service, Nintendo's base online price is very cheap relative to the starting price of the Xbox and the PlayStation for online service.
Right.
It's very, very, very cheap. Ignoring the fact that they don't really give you much else extra. That's only a more modern thing, like them giving that extra. But I still think PlayStation and Xbox should provide that as a service, as a base, a lot cheaper without all the extra bells and whistles. But
Like the PlayStation Plus games, you mean?
yeah, but if you were to compare against its equivalency for PlayStation and Xbox as a service for PlayStation Next and Xbox Game Pass, it's definitely not anything like that, and it doesn't match in any way. And I think at one stage maybe Nintendo might be aiming to reach that point, but I don't think that will be for a very long time. But doubling the price is a pricey thing to do. Though, I think if you've got a family pass, I don't think it's that expensive. For me, it's like that's $14 a year. That's dirt cheap. Like $14 a year versus what is it, like $10 a month for PlayStation. Like it's like 100 something bucks a year for PlayStation. Like that's it, nowhere near in comparison. And but not everyone has access to the family pass situation. At that stage, I do think it's expensive. I think there is an imbalance when it comes to stuff like that, but it's not a requirement at the end of the day.
Right.
Like, not everyone has to get that expansion. And if you really want to play those N64 games, there's other ways. I'm just going to say that. You can get N64 games and Genesis games in other ways. You can play that Animal Crossing DLC without getting the pass. But yeah, it's not a requirement. It's that Nintendo aren't forcing you to do it. It's a little pricey, but it's not the most evil thing in the industry.
Right. I agree. I do kind of wish that it kind of like takes me back to the belief that Nintendo could make a lot of money if they just put like NES and SNES and Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance libraries on the eShop and sold them for like $1.99 each.
What they used to do. That's kind of the problem I have with them, and I feel like I'm very happy that like this generation they're not doing that, because I had a very large issue with the previous generations where the Wii they did do that, and then the Wii U they redid that and making people repurchase the same games, and I thought that was atrocious.
Yeah, see, I'd have a problem with that, but since I never had Wii or Wii U, and I would love to play some of those old games, especially like Game Boy Advance games, like handheld on my Switch, and I would be down to pay like $2 for them. But
yeah, like I don't know. I feel funny about a lot of that stuff because I've talked about before. I don't like games that are old and from very. These are consoles that are 20 plus years old. Being charging people for the emulation of those games, I think is a bit gross, especially at the price margin, because of the fact that those games are not. They're not made by those people who are selling that. They're just license owners, and the money a lot of the time won't go back to those people that made those games originally, and it's just using to be fund for other services on that time frame. So if you want to support Nintendo, sure, you can do it if you want to support Nintendo, but it's not going to be used to support those games themselves. Like that's done, that's dusted. You're supporting the service to a degree, but encouraging them to do it in iteration. But I mean, a big part of my news stuff a lot of times I bring up like being a smart consumer. It's a big deal. Being aware of the industry and why they do stuff is part of it, because people spend a shit ton of money on video games. It's probably a good idea to be kind of understand what's going on. Like,
it's just download an emulator on your phone.
yes. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's a degree of like, I'm an advocate for emulators, but at the same time, I don't want people to do illegal stuff. But it's definitely something to take in consideration of like what there's an industry, the games industry can get away with it. Like, they just kind of do stuff. So like, you can say no to them.
Yes, I agree.
Probably been living in a cave for 20 years because I've never played a shooter before. Broken. Don't worry, there's lots of games that I think lots of people have not played before. I'm giving the expansion pass a big old pass because I don't have enough friends who want to play the N64 function online. Interesting you bring up that. By the way, sorry, we've derailed because this is a very easy topic for me to talk about because I've brought it up. It's come up quite a lot in my chat before. Is the online functionality of the Nintendo service and what you're paying for is not up to par. I honestly think that the Nintendo's online services suck ass, and that if they do intend to increase the price of it, that hopefully that N64, the Genesis stuff, that multiplayer will be worth it because they hopefully will be investing to improve those online infrastructures. Because currently, as they stand, they're not very good. Like, I can't play with anyone outside of Australia or even outside of state for playing like the Nintendo games, like on the SNES the SNES ones and stuff.
Right. Well, and I feel like if they're gonna make it a service, hopefully what they're gonna be doing is continuing to at least add to that library of games.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the starting point of when the Game Pass came out, when PlayStation Next came out. They were terrible. They were really bad when they came out and very expensive, and people couldn't justify paying for them. But now, if you look at them both now, they're both very good. I would say, like, the leading in the industry right now is the Game Pass for the Xbox. Like, what they're doing is like groundbreaking in terms of like an offer for people.
I don't have Game Pass currently, but it is very good. I've used Game Pass, like I did like a trial month of it, and it was great.
Yeah, if you're not the type of person who purchases things day one, if you're not the type of person that has a lot of money, if you're not the type of person that has like those things really do support the industry in a way that it's like it's not feeding into the extreme consumerism that is video games sometimes. And I think that's a good thing. I think that giving like, that's why it was very sad when you saw like blockbusters and things like that go under, because they had their place in both film and TV and games, like to support people to be accessible, make everything accessible. And now I think that, especially with Nintendo with their extreme high price ranges, and the same with Sony, honestly, and AAA games are always really expensive. So, like, as a service, those things I think are really good. We can steal my wallet and just chew on it for a bit. I mean, it has no cash in it, Shabba. I suppose the cards can they can get damaged. I have a 3DS cartridge where I can download ROMs and play onto it. Yeah, so that pretty much every console has been cracked to some degree, except for the newest ones. I don't think people have gotten into the firmware of the Xbox and the PlayStations for this generation just yet. Switch didn't take long at all. Like, I don't know if you guys saw the sort of the debacle that happened about the Switch recently with the Kotaku article about the guy promoting people to use emulated Switch, and I would imagine a lot of people didn't know that they could do that still, because it's not standard.
Wait, was this like a Kotaku journalist promoting?
Yeah. He's probably in a lot of trouble. He was really against the what he kind of had like angry fanboy moment. Like, he really didn't like Metroid for some reason, and then he tacked into his article about how like, don't support them, go just pick up a Switch emulator and play it on that. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I encourage emulators. Don't go do that. That's really bad. Like, that's a newly released game that you still need to support those developers. It's just come out.
Yeah, because we're talking about doing it to like 20-year-old games.
games that the industry they've stepped away from the industry a long time ago.
Right.
I have a 3DS cartridge where I can download ROMs onto it, play DS games, and 3DS is good. I wanted to play over $100 to buy. Yeah, I mean, per game prices, if you want to just play a lot of stuff, it's expensive. Is this David Jaffe? Who's David Jaffe? Is that the article writer? So that was the thing. I didn't want to get too much on that guy's ass because I don't know anything about him. But he's Kotaku will oh fuck, they'll reprimand that man pretty hard on their own. They don't need the community to do that. I think people get a little too I don't know. Oops. A little too up people's butts about games journalists. Because at the end of the day, they're just people. Some of them should know better, but
Yeah.
yeah, I completely agree, Indominus. There's games. So a big part of game emulation is actually related to game preservation. Like, there's a whole heap of games you will not. They'll never get an emulator. They'll never get a re-release or like things like that. They'll be lost to time. Like, there's a reason why I'm worried about me losing my hard drive because those are games that they're not out there anymore. Like, they're creations that just will cease to exist.
Right.
Even games on like itch.io and like a lot of independent game developer sites, like they go down. Like they don't keep them up there forever. Steam has taken some games down in terms of like because the company didn't want it out there anymore and stuff. Like,
Alone, is my music loud enough, by the way? Or is it really quiet?
I like the idea that Bear's like, oh man, I've started me die on a giant rant.
No, I'm
Oh fuck.
I'm actually listening very closely. And I'm not saying anything because I completely agree with you.
It's just funny because there's certain topics that get me on a big like soapbox, and I think the games industry, certain topics will definitely get me there. I'm actually smart because I linked my Wii U and my Wii, so now I can play on my gamepad. Oh shit! Yeah, I mean I like the Wii. That's why I like the Wii U. I think it was a good console. It just didn't survive, unfortunately. Oh fuck. Yeah, I don't know too much about the guy. I've only seen video where he got lost in complaining about the game functionality. Yeah, so I don't know anything about that journalist. That's why I don't want to critique him, because I don't know. So I brought it up during the news as well, was essentially there's a big issue with games journalists where a lot of them aren't actually games journalists. There's a lot that end up because they work for the whoever that owns the magazine or the publications. Yeah.
Larger publication.
Yeah, and they just get brought down from higher levels, and they might do an article every now and then for games, but they don't really care about the industry in the same way that some games journalists do. They've just been brought on. They might do sport. They might do like TV shows or something like, and I think it's weird to compare them in the same way as like pure game journalists who really do give a shit about the industry or a particular franchise as well.
The running meme about the games journalists just being like bad at gaming.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
And it comes from a real place, which is that a lot of them don't play games. It's like you were saying, a lot of those outlets are like part of a larger, publication that has branches in all sorts of things, sports and home stuff and music and things like that. And so, yeah, like you were saying, they might have just gotten dragged into doing an article from whatever their specialty is.
100%. And I think it's
play a game for 3 hours or whatever and write an article about it.
I think it's also the thing of, I think people get a little too fucking, that's the loss. I think it's funny because there's also a degree of people get very. We were talking about teams earlier, with how essentially like the Horde versus Alliance thing. Same people do that shit with like with magazines as well. Like people like they'll want to be like, oh man, IGN's so much better than Kotaku, or this one, that one. Like they have the one they go to. Like I go to the ones I really like to listen to is, and their critiques on things in industry is like, I really like Giant Bomb. Like there's very few these days where I'll like actually read a review or I'll go in, because that's just not my thing. I'd rather hear their critique on the industry because they have an understanding of what's going on. Games themselves, you can go to like an influencer who is a big fan of a particular franchise and be like, what does this person think? You can learn to trust them. You know what they know about the game and stuff like that. And
like you.
No, I was gonna say with like Monster Hunter, with any of us, like if you come and ask our opinion on Monster Hunter, it's probably a little bit more relevant than a journalist who has played maybe 1 or 2 of the series and he only had to play it for 1 session. Like he had to play it for a review, so he sped through the game, didn't do the post game. All that stuff that's not the same as someone who actually would be a part of the community, like we would be for Monster Hunter. So I think that's sometimes a bit more relevant, and that's why games journalism is currently struggling, because people are doing that. People are coming to the influencers and asking, hey, what do you think about this thing? Like, I know you like these types of games. Would you suggest me playing this? Or I like these types of games that are similar. Do you think? And then that's a more direct response than necessarily reading a review that's very just like cold and you don't really know their history with a thing and stuff like that.
Right, and also being on a time crunch, that only lets
Hey Vampire, welcome on in. Sorry, we've gone very hard games journalism right now.
On a game that you only experience for a couple hours. Like there are some games media outlets where they're like, take this game, sit down and play through it, and write an article about it.
Yeah, which is
and
fucked.
You're still on a time crunch, but like they expect you to like be thorough about it or play it through.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, but then there's others where like, you know, it's exactly what you were saying. These journalists writing these articles after barely having scratched the surface of a game, and so they're not really, you know, the review they're giving might be on like an experience that they didn't get to fully experience the story or all the game's mechanics or like the depth of it or just what the game has to offer when it comes to things like things that you gain access to later in the game or end game or things like that. And so I think it goes back to like what you were saying about like finding like a source or an outlet that you really like, because you can find those outlets where like, you know, it's written by gamers who like play.
Oh, it's Ruby. Oh, hey Ruby.
Have, like,
yeah, if you didn't tell me, I would have realized.
Journalists who like,
welcome
you know,
in.
are specifically associated with one game that they're very passionate about. So they'll be writing about the updates for things like Destiny or Genshin or MMOs or things like that. And they've been like following a game since the beginning and have played it extensively themselves. You know?
Yeah, it's funny because it's also there's a bit of a double edge with that as well, because then the fan base can also be the most critical of something, and also they can make it in a way inaccessible to understand what they're speaking about if they're super into it. But there's a reason why a lot of influencers are, because they're accessible. They know how to talk to people. They know how to interact with people. So they are able to give you a critique that's generally a bit more people can take in and digest, versus like sometimes reviews are written in a particular way that's pretty broad that I think like it's like you've told me nothing. You've effectively this is a big article that says nothing.
Lone says he prefers.
I was just hit by a sudden horde of.
Lone, do you have like a
sudden horde of werebears? Oh my god! Oh, in Skyrim, guys. Pain. I don't know too much about that guy. I haven't seen it. Oh no, yeah. Fortnite will luckily go away and servers shut down. Well, okay. So Indomus, you actually bring up a good point. So we were talking about game preservation, and like that's actually a really good point about And this is why I think that online communities are interesting, because like a lot of those games that are just online services, getting in when they release. So the biggest point in when they play them, fighting games is perfect. Where like the bulk of people will be playing when it first released, and that'll be the best experience. That's generally the best experience. But then like online games, like I'm playing Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 4 at the moment just because they were really cheap. I waved and where was the monster?
I did the wave. I got it.
Where was he?
He's down there with Mo now.
Oh, he's in 5. But yeah, like those games will essentially, once the server's shut down, they're no more. They're not a thing anymore. Like a good example is I didn't mind MapleStory 2. I love MapleStory 1. I can never play. Well, it's actually a double one for that one, because I love MapleStory 1, and MapleStory 2 was pretty good, but it was not there. Like it needed a lot of work. But it got shut down because it just wasn't suitable enough, and that is gone. No one can ever play that again. It's gone. And then the MapleStory 1, WoW has this as well to a degree. Now that WoW Classic kind of fixes some of that, but just the idea that like MapleStory has redone their world like 5 times, like. You can't play the original MapleStory anymore. Like that doesn't exist anymore. Like unless you have a private server that someone somehow got a snapshot of a particular time period, like you can't do that anymore. There's some classes that are just not even like they're not even in the game anymore. They removed them.
Right.
And I think that's interesting as well, because that's another facet of like the preservation situation. Like you can't emulate that. Like I had a private WoW server at one point. I had not for public access, but just for my own use. And then I also had like a private Ragnarok server, and like that was that thing. It was just fun to see that and have that snapshot in time. But because games constantly getting updated, there's some games you'll never be able to have that experience or see it again as to what it was, and that's okay. There's a point where things just need you can't preserve everything, but like just like playing MapleStory as a whole, MapleStory 2 as a whole, that's just gone. No one can ever play that again unless someone has gotten a hold of the private servers and illegally putting them up for people to play. Like, I thought you can still play MapleStory 2. I'm fairly sure you can't. I thought you couldn't, Medic. I thought the servers were fully shut down. I might be wrong, but... Did they recently shut them down? Yeah, I remember reading an article on it. Because it just wasn't making the money they wanted to. Whoops. This is kind of why I like playing Monster Hunter, because I can just gaff forever without thinking. I would love to hear what people's like various like MMO experiences are, like of weird ones that are not standard, like WoW or Final Fantasy or Destiny. The Demon Slayer game is very fun. It actually looks pretty good, Vampire. I've seen some really dumb shit about it.
I wasn't sure about it, and then I just watched some video on YouTube that was like a compilation of like all the characters' specials. It was pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah, that team's very good
like
at their visuals. Yeah, I think that's the big selling point of that game. Because again, it's like a Naruto fighter. Those arena fighters are generally not too like super in depth in a way. And I've seen mechanically they're a bit funny because I saw some animation breaks you can do, and but if you're a big Demon Slayer fan, I'm not against people picking up that game. Not like Jump Force where I'm like, fuck off, please don't give them money. Please never buy that game, even as a joke. God, it's so bad. I have no idea what they were thinking. Apparently that game is just atrocious in every regard.
Yeah, not the Naruto one, Demon Slayer one. It actually looked pretty good.
I remember when I was a kid, there was a Bakugan MMO. When they shut it down on the last day, since I was a kid, I got on its last day and said goodbye to all my digital Bakugan. Oh, that's so cute, Dominus. So there's a fantastic video on, because there's a weird emotional connection for like the end of 14. If you've ever played 14 Realm Reborn, what it was before a Realm Reborn, where the moment they shut down the server, they literally had an end of the world that you got to watch. You failed as a hero in the base 14 game. The original 14 game, you fucking lost. And they watched as the world came apart. And there's this sort of sad moment that I've seen in videos that have been recorded of people that recorded their final moments in 14 as a meteor came down from Bahamut to kill them. It's pretty fucking crazy.
I think that's one of the most amazing things about 14 and A Realm Reborn is that they made the reset of the game canon.
Yep.
It's the story of A Realm Reborn, the calamity.
That's why I highly suggest anyone who's playing 14 and they haven't seen those moments to maybe go look them up, because those servers don't exist anymore. You can't play that. That event's gone. So go look it up. A similar sort of thing happened with Guild Wars as well. That fucking the calamity in Guild Wars 1. I was thinking, you were thinking of the first one? I'll totally play MapleStory 1 on stream at some point. I really like that game. It said
It's fun. I think I played one. I don't think I did play two.
Two only recently came out. It was a weird sort of 3D-ish one. It kind of didn't really have the same vibe of what MapleStory 1 was, but it was a fun social game at the end of the day. It was a simple RPG.
A mobile one too.
Oh yeah, the mobile is this kind of weird light version of MapleStory, the actual game, and it has a lot of auto stuff. It's very interesting. The game is very. I kind of like that game for its auto stuff, because I've never seen a game do that. Logan got me. I couldn't get to him. Siblings that were a fan of MapleStory? Yeah. I mean, MapleStory is still good. I think it's still fun to come back and play that game. Took the term bad ending to a whole new level. They really did. I mean, that's going to come up. By the way, if you don't know that event, very important for just Final Fantasy XIV lore in general, but the event for this next expansion will be very important, because the place we're going to in 14 is the elf that sacrificed himself is the father of the leader of the faction of elves we're going to go see, and the grandfather of the two elves that work with us. Stop playing MapleStory because I had no fucking clue what to do. Kind of like that. That game's a bit weird. I would also play it on Twitch. I think it'd be a fun thing to play with everyone. I think MapleStory might be accessible to play with just people in general on stream. I think that could be really cool. I'm scared of playing MMOs on stream though. I've talked about it before. I don't really want to fall into the facet of making a guild again or anything like that. I kind of want to put that behind me.
That's what I'm doing.
God.
I started playing the game. I started playing 14 again. I started conscripting people to play with me.
Oh
so we
no. It's strangely easy in some regard with that. People talk about how they don't want to do MMOs, but kind of want to do MMOs.
Well, not a lot of people in my chat are MMO people, so I don't have that many people to play with. There's like 3 or 4 of us.
On Steam or their website? I'd only do it through Steam these days. I don't like the web client. Kind of trash. Alright, I actually probably should stop there. I went a little bit over. We fell into the deep dive hole talk about the video game industry, and man, there is a degree of me where I'm like, I would love to go into games journalism, but it's a dying industry. Sorry to say, anyone who's aspiring for it.
Is everyone go follow Daimono. He is my go-to source for all video game related news. He has a dedicated news show. It's the most trusted source on
Me regurgitating information from other sources.
I can say that as a fact. Daimono news streams. Daimono's weekly gamer news streams. Most trusted source on Twitter.
The funny thing is, as much as like there is a degree of me regurgitating facts and stuff like that, I don't know everything, but I love the industry, and I don't think that will ever change. So it's like, it's sort of like a guilty pleasure of mine doing them. It's like something that will probably always be part of the streams. And Medic just reminded me that it is tomorrow, so yeah, I will be covering whatever the fuck happened this week. I like reviewing what happens as well, because like I forget everything, and then like I do the news and I'm like, oh, that's right, this happened. Surely something big happened this week.
When do you and I just do a podcast where we talk about this stuff?
The funny thing is, CJ's brought up the news before about how it's like it's basically podcast content, but I'm far too lazy to edit a podcast. But yeah, I just love talking games.
We don't
but
have to edit it.
we just do it, just put it out there.
Stream it like once a month.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I love talking about the industry, so it's like there's a degree about the news that I've thought about, because I really enjoy doing. I really enjoy like Giant Bomb's way of doing the sort of round table, and the thing is with that, which is funny because you get through a lot less articles by doing that, because for me, I have control. I can make us move on to the next topic. I can sometimes get stuck and chat wants to talk about a particular topic, but a lot of time I can get through a lot. Like I get through a stupid amount of news in a short period of time, in a sense. But it's because a lot happens, in my opinion, in a week. Like it's constantly churning, but at the same time, sometimes some news articles or news moments need a bit more time to breathe, and I think that's the hard part about it. But a podcast,
they're ongoing developing stories.
Yeah, or it's had like a bit of a history that you think it's good to divulge into, or people have a difference of opinion, like, and that's where like the podcast format I actually think works quite well with people, like other people other than yourself, because then you can bounce off other people and be like, oh yeah, and there was this facet that you didn't think about, or there's this thing that you can take about, or this person knows it a bit better than you do because they've had more interactions with it. And I think that stuff's pretty cool, because news is not unbiased. Like, everyone has a lens, they've lived their lives, everyone has a take on it, they've had different experiences with different things, and that's in every regard to everything. It can be from real world news to silly video game news, like, and
right.
I think that's also to take into consideration, because I remember there was someone brought up in my Discord the other day about like non-bias, and I'm like, I'm far from unbiased. I talk shit about stuff all the time. Like, I'll talk up some stuff and talk down some stuff, because it's a part of my, like, it's my interest circle, essentially. That's why I won't talk about certain games, because like I won't talk about sports or car games because I don't know anything about them.
Right.
Remember they did an event with an Isekai quartet? Oh yeah. MapleStory has heaps of different ones. What spooky game is tomorrow? I'm not sure. I'll let you guys know my plan for tomorrow, but
Doing spooky games tomorrow?
yeah, it's spooky week. It's pretty much nothing is planned. Everything is just going to be a surprise set of spookies.
You guys doing Dead by Daylight on Saturday?
I think so. If everyone's on board, we'll probably be doing Dead by Daylight as a crew on the Sapphires. So if you've got the game,
I won't be joining because I'm gonna be working later on Saturday.
That's right.
I don't own Dead by Daylight. Should I pick it up?
I personally, it's not a game I'm a big fan of, but I know people in chat really want to play it again with us. And Prince was the one who purchased for me, and I feel like I owe him another Dead by Daylight stream. So
Dead by Daylight has always been one of those games that I really enjoy watching content of, like on YouTube.
Yeah.
I've never really had that much interest in playing myself.
I'm actually the opposite. It's like it's I've watched it from afar in terms of like I've seen people get super duper in it, and I can't understand. Like, to me, there's a degree of I don't quite understand people's fascination with it, but at the same time, I kind of understand. But yeah, it's far more popular than I would ever imagine. But
Oh yeah.
definitely something that it's like if people like it, I kind of understand why.
I'm willing to give it a try just because I've told my chat before. I'm
Resident Sleeper broken. I know, it kind of that way for me, but I know people really like it. I need to know whether or not I should reinstall DVD.
Well, something that I'd
Yes, I want to try and play it with you all anyway. So yes, Medic. I'll say yes because I'll try and make a session for it. Because I want to play with Al and you and everyone. So even not just the Sapphires. Gonna hold a podcast? A podcast. Oh, I kind of like that. Chavo said it's gonna be called a podcast. Podcast.
See if I can line up my wave.
You like Pyramided? Yeah. I don't connect with any of the characters. I'm not a horror person, so I have no nostalgia, no connections there, so it's a very weird thing for me. Anyway. Alright. I better finish up. Thank you, Bear, for doing some hunts with me. I'm glad it feels like, I don't know how many weeks it's been. It's been a little bit now. But
In quite a while.
Yeah. You're gonna keep going, I'm guessing?
I'll keep going for a little while.
Yeah?
I might go for another like 20 minutes only.
Alright, well, we'll probably visit you very shortly then.
Okay.
Alright. Oh, I'll catch you later, Bear. Thanks for the stream,
Yes,
and
let's chat again soon.
yeah, we're gonna be doing probably Phantasmophobia. I don't know if I'll be doing GU next week, but we'll figure it out. But definitely Phasmo.
I'm after checking my work schedule and seeing that I'm free, I'm down for Phasmophobia.
Heck yeah.
It'll be us stoic boys leading the scaredy cats.
The scaredy cats. I'm so prepared for them. There's been so much yelling.
You're the tough guy cat.
I'm the analyst. I've spent so much time playing that game, dissecting it, so I think I know all the mechanics.
What's up, Ray? How are you? Good to see you, man.
Yeah,
How's
Ray.
your night going?
You've just been lurking, man? No, it's fair enough. Alright. Alright, well, you go all follow Bear. I mean, I assume everyone in my chat already knows to follow Bear, but streamer extraordinaire. But yeah, I'll finish up now, and I'll catch you later, Bear. Boy. Alright. Go follow Bear. What is that? I don't even know what game he's playing. Softlock? Hang on. Is that just, he's just got a chill art in the background? I don't think I've seen that before. He's also very well lit. I don't think I've ever seen Bear so well lit before.
Like it or not.
Damn that cut. All right, we'll switch off. So I'm gonna leave their party, and we'll go finish up for you. You too, Ray. You have a good night. I'll probably catch you later, actually. All right. Oh, man, I forgot that I'm a weird little zombie cat right now. I feel like I should have upped the color. Maybe I might increase the color contrast for next stream. It makes me look very short. I mean, palicos are pretty short.